Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Rose Society, a game of swashbuckling action, suspenseful intrigue, and just so much bleeding. Just so very much bleeding, all set in the world of 7C. My name is Dan McCurdy. I'll be your storyteller this evening. You can find me at RevDMC247 on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, and if you find me anywhere else, they're probably my doppelganger, and it's their turn to handle all of this mess. I'm now going to allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Chandler.
Hi, I'm Chandler. I'm playing Arnau Cecero, the lovely Castilian Grande, who is currently bleeding out in a dress. Ow. You can find me on the internet in some places. I don't know where. I just kind of pop up places. But I'm going to pass it over to Bell.
Hey y'all, my name's Eric Bell, Bell Comedy. You can find me on all the socials, stand-up comic out on the West Coast. And I'm playing Demetrius Penn, who's, just going to try to survive. We'll see what horrible things happen. We're out of Asgeir, so we're screwed. And going to slide on down to Kelsey.
Hello, everybody. I am Kelsey, or at Farm Grown Nerd, wherever you know me as or from. I'm in various places. I don't remember all of them either. I am playing Nikoletta von Richter this evening. Passing it over to Mouse.
Bueno. I am Rage Mouse and all the things and stuff. And then if that's not there, then I'm not there. And I play Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau. You can keep the dress.
In our previous episode, the party having come to San Cristobal to try to find access into the labyrinth so they can get a look at the Castilian star map, they had a little bit of trouble. They'd been discovered, sort of, at the very end of their trip into the Hall of the Grandes. And as they were making their escapes, they did very well. Everyone getting out, getting clear, except they realized Arnau Cecero, who had failed too close to the sun and ended up captured by an inquisitor. Turns out one who was very involved with his family and the family banking and spent a significant amount of time torturing him, stabbing him. Upon realizing that he had been taken, the party determined that the most likely place that he was taken to was actually the castle of Good King Sandoval itself. Known as the Palacio del Rey. They went and infiltrated the palace, searched around, were eventually able to find him and pull him out before he could be forced to sign over the deed to his family winery, which is what the Inquisitor wanted. However, they were in trouble. Word was out that they were there. They'd managed to fight off a few groups of guards, but the Inquisition had armies to call upon in the palace, and they were running out of places to run. With the help of Vagabundo Mateo de la Vega, who had been with them for a little bit of time, helping, primarily trying to free his comrades who had been taken, and managing to do so with the party's help, they found the way into the labyrinth. And escaping just before those pursuing them could also find it, they closed the door, only realizing as it sealed that there was no way to open this particular portal from this side. And as of now, they do not have an exit from this labyrinth that they are in. And we are going to start right there. The portal closes and seals. On the other side, you all can hear shouts, yells, people wondering where you might have gone to. They're not here. You hear some shifting, some shuffling, and then the voices go quiet as the search goes off into another area of the palazzo. You are, as of right now, I believe, completely in the dark. What are we doing?
We're not completely in the dark, because I'm fairly certain Demetrius and I grabbed a couple of lanterns or some torches or something.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Specifically for this purpose.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So light it up and start seeing what we can see.
Looking around, again, this has, like many of the labyrinths that you've been into this point, this part of it is very similar to the architecture of the palace itself. as of right now, there is only one path, and the path definitely has a downward grade, taking you deeper into the ground. Further confirmation, you were already a couple of sub-levels deep when you got to this particular area of the library. You're being brought down into the labyrinth. And as you start... Oh, go ahead. You look like you're about to say something. Nope? Okay. So as you start making your way down, you start seeing as the more distinctive Castilian architecture gives way to what you now know to be Sirna architecture, the original crafters of the labyrinths. This one does not seem to ever have been used as catacombs or anything like that. So a lot of the cutaways into the walls that you got used to seeing, where people would store bodies, are not here. The walls are clear. Despite the very wet nature of the Castilian soil, this place seems to be dry, well sealed from the elements outside. And you're making your way down. What is the general approach as people are moving? Also, Arnau, you are still very stabbed. You are not actively bleeding at the moment. I'll say you all managed to at least stop that part of the bleeding, but you don't feel good.
The lungs are definitely filling up with blood kind of situation here from where I had been stabbed. I definitely getting some early onset COPD. What's going on here? No good recovery from this one. Arnau's feeling the wall as he's going down, holding the place where he was likely stabbed, even though it stopped bleeding, but it's still like instinctual, just like cover so I don't die.
Hold on. Did we learn nothing from the fire that shot out and the daggers and the stabbing from stepping on the wrong stair?
Yeah, I will be looking for traps and sinkholes.
Okay.
And
All right. As you were doing that, go ahead and give me who's going to take the role? Who's going to actually make the risk?
I imagine whoever has the most notice.
I have 2 in notice, but I
Jesus. So I imagine this is also probably a wit thing.
Who wants a hero point?
So yeah, this is going to be a wits and notice, and this might be a time to take advantage of Arnau's exploding dice.
I am very injured, so maybe this might be
There
good
you
for
go.
me.
though it is fair to
Go for it.
say,
All right.
the cost of risks is the likeliness to take more wounds. So
Anybody want to give
Wow.
me a hero point?
Yeah.
He
Well,
could die.
he could die. He could die. He
He
could
could
absolutely
die.
die. He could absolutely die. What's
He might
Nikoletta's wits?
Suddenly see the Matrix, but mostly he could die.
Yeah, no. Then Demetrius would. I'll take the lead on that one because
okay,
there's
so
no Asgeir to soak it.
all right.
Come on,
So,
big guy, do
Demetrius,
the big
go
guy
ahead.
thing.
Okay,
Go-
it's fine. It's fine.
Go
We
ahead
can
and give
do
me your
this. We
wits
can
and
do
notice,
this.
Demetrius. Is anyone giving him a hero point?
I'll
Yes.
give him a-
No.
No, you save yours. I get 2 at the beginning of every session. You keep but everybody calm down.
Okay.
So,
We're in a labyrinth.
we got a lot of. So wait, am I getting a hero point? What are we doing?
You are getting
Yes,
one from
you're
Verity.
taking one from me.
Okay.
Everybody's
fail.
panicking so much.
I know, right? We just started. This started, and that's not actually that's a pretty good roll.
There's just interesting ways for me to get hero points, and I don't normally give in.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a dice to spare.
5 with the dice to spare. Do you want to sell it?
I am willing to sell it.
Okay.
Yes, I need
Take
some.
away your point. And as you are making your way down the labyrinth, all risks are mitigated. And before long, as you're traveling, not only do you get the impression that you're not seeing any of the traps, at least traps of the kind that you ran into when you were moving around in the palace. You're starting to have trouble seeing how traps would be put in here, like tripwires and stuff like that, maybe. But this is in remarkably good condition. Though, as you're doing that and you move along, you come to a part on the wall and you're looking kind of down the hallway and you've got your hand kind of trailing along the wall, and then you feel scratches where the walls have been remarkably smooth. And as you turn, you see that someone with a knife has carved in Castilian, "Fuck the Inquisition," into the wall.
I love a good tag. That's great.
You said it's in Castilian?
Yeah.
Does it look recent?
Carved in as it is, it's hard to tell in these walls. And actually, as you're kind of tracing out, at one point, you're not going to take a wound, but you kind of prick your finger a little bit, and when you pull back, you look. It looks like it was really rough on the knife that did it. Like, because this is searing a make.
Well,
you're
if
not
Asgeir
sure.
was here, he'd be like,
Like testing it out.
I could make a better knife. Yeah.
All right.
he was doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just all keep doing Asgeir impressions for the rest of it?
Yeah, this is for you, Ryan. This is for you. As you continue traveling down, you finally come to a fork. The path, you actually come to what appears to be a crossroad. The path continues going forward and mostly down, and there is another path that crosses it going off in either direction. Verity, with your direction sense, you would know that the path taking you down is going generally northward. And so this cross path you're coming up to is east-west.
As they took turns and stuff, Verity would like confirm with Nikoletta, who I assume is writing as they left and right and mapping. So I'm just like, Verity and Nikoletta are basically checks and balances.
Cartography.
So like anytime something doesn't seem right, Verity and her can definitely make sure there's no getting lost.
Agreed.
Well,
so you come to this first real choice in the path. Straight ahead north, which is also continuing the downward slope, or the east-west pass that at the moment seems to stay level.
I imagine the chamber will probably be as far down as possible.
It has been in the past, yes. It's been as far down as we can go. So
I think we should split up. We should each go a different direction.
That
no.
sounds like a horrible idea.
Dead men
No.
don't get to make anybody do anything.
What do you mean, dead men?
You can't really walk right now.
And Nikoletta passes him a handkerchief and kind of points to the corner of his mouth where there's some blood still spilling out. Just
In the time that's passed, I'm sure, because you got to know this is how our bodies work. You're swelling. You probably can't see out of whichever eye got more blacked. Tell him, tomato.
Mateo kind of does glance over and is like, yeah, you should we stop and help him?
I'm fine. This happens on a weekly basis. It feels
Let's keep
like.
them well, at least
To be
in
fair, now being significantly injured, going into more danger is actually that this has happened more than twice.
All right.
Fine. I'm at my best when I'm injured.
You sound drunk.
I think that's just
Stab drunk.
concussion.
Is stab drunk a thing? Like, we know punch drunk, but is stab drunk a thing?
It's concussion time.
I was assuming more blood loss, but
As you all continue your path to the north and going downwards, you're going away and going off of that high notice roll from before, Demetrius. You hear a skittering, scratching noise coming from ahead.
The whole. And slowly take out maybe one of my throwing daggers, having that at the ready, and kind of slowly
Start moving
trying
towards
to
it.
moving towards it, but trying to do quietly.
It's skittering around, and you get an impression of movement, but with the echoes of the walls, it's hard to really determine. You know it's in front of you, but it's not quite tracking. It's sort of like it's going back and forth a fair bit in the space of the hallway. And you hear a... I don't know how well that came through the mic sound.
Terrifying.
It came through.
Yeah. All right. Delightful. Great. Strange creatures in the dark. It's probably nothing. Probably a mouse.
Demetrius,
Probably.
you hold up
Kitty,
your
kitty.
lantern, and a pair of eyes catch the light of the lantern. And
But just two.
yeah, two eyes about a foot off the
Cool.
ground,
We're starting off with
kind of shining at you.
A foot.
Yeah.
A foot off the ground. I glance
just-
dagger out in a defensive kind of motion, and then kind of see if I can get closer and see what it is.
You work your way closer, and then you hear, "Hmm?" And suddenly, bursting forward into the light is a dog.
Yes.
Short-haired, Arnau. It's the kind of street mutt that exists all over Castile. As often, pets is wild, just depending on how well the family could feed them recently. And it is bounding towards all of you.
Aggressively or playfully?
Yeah. The Verity is definitely. I'm gonna.
This
touch
is a
puppy.
snap. This is a snap decision. So give me your wits empathy here, Demetrius.
Oh.
I'm really good at
They're
empathy.
war dogs. Oh my God. like a set of
Yeah, but
dogs.
Demetrius is the one in front, so he's the one who has to react in the moment.
Hey.
Get out of my way! I want to touch.
With free empathy. So 1.
And don't forget flair.
3.
On a 3, you have your moment of oh geez, and you go like maybe you're gonna throw the dagger or whatever, and then you see its ears are up, its tail is wagging, its tongue is flapping wildly out of its mouth, and it runs straight up to you like. And you can notice as you get close a small leather collar around its neck.
check the collar, see the name.
No tags or anything like that.
Okay, but a collar. Looks malnourished. Looks fed.
It obviously hasn't eaten the most food, but it's definitely not starving. It's skinny,
Okay.
but it has energy. As everyone else sees this dog that is now, and it comes up, its paws immediately go up onto Demetrius. Its paws go up onto your thighs. It is sniffing at you. If your head gets low enough, you're getting licked. As it's
Pet
just
it
there.
gently. Pet it around the ears. Seems like it's scratched behind the ears and all that. And I
Stop
was like,
poking it.
it's just well. That
What's
one will
everyone
play
else
with
doing
you.
now that this dog has been revealed and is revealed as friendly?
Buddy!
Newt needs a friend.
What is a dog doing?
The
down
dog,
here?
the dog clearly has an owner. Probably someone else is down here.
The owner
It
could
has
be
an-
dead. We can always hope.
The owner may be dead, or they will be once we're done with everything.
The dog goes around and he's sort of sniffing at everyone. He goes first to Arnau because Arnau was the one he smelled, and smelling very strongly of blood, and actually gives a little whimpering sound upon recognizing that Arnau is just very hurt.
He gives him like a scritch and says, "I'm sorry, buddy. I'll get you a snack in a minute. Once we find our way out of here."
What is a dog doing down here? looking down the hallway, see where it came from.
The path doesn't
Maybe
seem
he
all that
belonged
changed.
to whoever scratched that stuff in here.
Makes sense.
Mateo gives him a look over and goes, "These dogs, this could be any street dog, but it's hard to imagine how there's not any street access I'm aware of other than the door we just used. And I wasn't aware of that until we used it."
Well, maybe not big enough for us, but big enough for him.
Good point. And if it knows the way in, it probably knows the way out.
I wonder.
Who's
Hey.
a good boy?
He like immediately like goes over to Verity upon hearing that and has that, "Oh, me, I'm a very good boy." Like it will even like sit and tilt a head.
Do you know how to get out of here? And she'd be like scruffling his neck and face, just being like, "You're the
Outside?
best thing in the whole damn world."
You want to go outside? You want to go outside?
Outside?
Want to go for a walk?
Tail just wagging.
Treat?
And then,
Yeah. And probably entering into a death trap, but okay.
We
You
can throw
all,
a piece of Arnau.
this one's hanging loose. Let's go ahead and
My elbow.
you all move around, and it is doing the thing that small dogs will occasionally do, where it runs way past what your lanterns will reach, and then comes back like, "Are you coming?" and then runs forward, and then comes like it's doing the path essentially twice. As you are going, you are now starting to pass more and more turnoffs, and it takes some of them. Are you assuming that Verity and Nikoletta are still both doing their charting of where they've been so far? You have a decent concept of the turns you've taken to this point and where you could have turned otherwise, but he definitely he wherever he's going there enthusiastically.
Yay.
And then all of a sudden you hear second, I'm gonna grab my notes. Torrance, where are you, boy? Torrance, you know you're not supposed to come this far up.
This far up?
Wolf. Wolf, wolf.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a panache perform.
I have a question after this.
Okay. And yes, you get flair.
Panache.
Panache perform for your woof woof.
You know, for how few dice I have, it matches with what I just did. I think I was right where my dice would be. Like, that wasn't very good. I know.
I said it was accurate.
For a dog. It's a lot of the sevens. That's always nice. So, 1, 2.
On a 2, there's a pause. Torrance?
Hail, friend! Help! I am wounded, and I have an insane Montanian here with me.
My
Help!
associates have all lost their minds.
Can we get
We
him?
were
this
never that
moment-
good at stealth, to be honest. We never were. It's never our strong suit.
An arrow comes flying down. Actually, no, a crossbow bolt comes flying down the hallway.
Fuck the Inquisition.
Let's see, 4 of you.
What's the sign say?
It hits Arnau.
Of course it does!
For 2 minor wounds.
Of course!
He
Ow!
died.
Owie!
Okay, so
I will.
can I have a hero point for full heart
Yes.
since
Go
my
ahead.
actions led?
Despite
Cool, that means I get 2 hero points. We're fine.
this
Yep, go
doesn't
ahead.
technically qualify,
All right.
but I quite honestly feel like this should be my hubris of unfortunate, because this is the most unfortunate thing that could have happened in this moment in time.
It wasn't even targeted at you. I gave you all an equal chance of being hit by this crossbow bolt, and the dice said no. We know who deserves this.
That is
So,
so funny.
okay. Comes down. Who's there? Hold your lights up so we can see you.
I don't have a light.
I walk up, light over my face, and it seems though he already took a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I will disarming smile and spend a hero point to keep another character from drawing a weapon or starting a fight or resorting to violence. She will still defend herself, but she will not start any violent conflicts.
At that point, you hear coming down from the hallway. Hold. And Arnau, you recognize the voice.
This slut.
Stepping forward, and unshuttering a lantern, you recognize Rodrigo Perez, an elder grande that most of the grandes in Castile believed was assassinated at least 3 years ago. An old ally of your father.
He's a ghost.
Seeing Rodrigo, Arnau smiles, opens up his arms, and go, finally a friendly face! Oh my...
Arnau?
Rodrigo!
I
Yes!
imagine the dress is new.
Sorry, I've got a lot more holes than I had a few hours ago. I am very injured.
I can see that.
He's fine. He's being dramatic.
Everyone, hello. And he like Arnau comes up and he like catches him and is looking down. It's like, that's a very nice dress.
It was.
It's a very long story.
It is not as nice as it was.
From what I remember of Arnau, it's actually probably not as long a story as it might be.
It worked, didn't it?
No.
No.
No, it clearly did not one part of the plan worked.
Every part of the plan worked except for my part. And it
The
worked
glance is-
too
I
well.
think we can actually agree on that.
as he's holding Arnau, he looks over. It's like, Sophia, put that down. And a young woman behind him lowers the already rearmed crossbow that she'd been pointing and walking forward. She's probably in her mid-20s. And just sort of looking at everyone, and he's like, to everyone else here, I am Rodrigo Perez. This here is Sofia Suarez, another grande, formerly. How did you... You're hurt. Come on. And she's like, where is my dog? Torrance! And then the dog comes out from behind Demetrius' cape. And he runs up to Sophia, wagging his tail, jumps up in her arms, and then jumps back, runs over to you, and basically like points at Arnau. And then looks back at her and points at Arnau, and she's like, yes, you somehow found an intruder. Good boy.
Good for you. You did it.
We weren't really expecting you to retrieve an intruder that you found, but well done. And Rodrigo, looking at you all, was like, okay, come this way. We can get you food and drink, and maybe we can tend to these wounds a little bit better.
What are you all doing down here?
Mateo is like, I second that. Our best intelligence was that, well, Sophia, you're supposed to be incarcerated on Vaticine Island, and Rodrigo, everyone thought you were dead. And Rodrigo nods and is like, and that was what it was best to allow the Inquisition to believe for a time.
Oh, no, I understand that you are all here hiding from the Inquisition. That I automatically understood. I mean, why here?
It was originally, these tunnels were initially discovered by commoners who had fallen afoul of the Inquisition and were unable to get out of the city, and discovered an entrance near the eastern sea gate. The western sea gate. And when I was actually on the run from Inquisition assassins, they showed me down here. And once we realized it had connections into the palace, this became a likely place.
How long have you been here?
I have been here about 2 years at this point.
Do you know of a central chamber with stars, or at least etchings of stars and stones?
I have not personally seen it. Some of our younger folks who do exploring have described such a chamber. They were never able to find it a second time.
Who?
But we will. I will introduce them to you, and they might be able to help. But come. Arnau is looking very poorly.
I could use a drink.
No.
I think it might drain out though.
Yeah.
He leads you along, and Sophia kind of walks up to him, looks and goes, Arnau Cecero?
In the most of my flesh.
Pardon.
I'm really sorry. We just weren't expecting anyone from this direction, and you all were. I'm sorry. Here, and she pulls out the bolt and then covers it with something to staunch up the bleeding.
Okay, I was gonna leave it in to make certain that I didn't have any more blood loss, because I have lost a lot of blood today. But thank you. That's the intent is understood, my friend.
Well, the intent was mainly so I could get my bolt back. We never know when we might be found. How did you all get down here?
Books.
We walked.
Books.
I got kidnapped.
There's an exit into the library.
There's an entrance through the library. It's sealed shut behind us.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, there are a few one-way entrances and exits. I think the designers of the castle knew about the labyrinth, but decided to keep it secret. Here we go. And you come into an area that's a little bit lit. It's got a few torches and things creating some lit, and it is showing art similar to what you all have seen in the various areas around the Star Chambers, showing art that is recognizable as in the tradition of from many of the nations, but holding figures and stuff that you all don't immediately recognize. You again start recognizing various signs of various families that you have seen on these before. An emblem that Verity recognizes as belonging to ancestors of the Victoire-Couteaux is down here. Probably not. It probably would have been before the Victoires and the Couteaux came together. The Couteaux, a much older branch of the family, is present down here. Arnau, you spot a symbol that might, in time, become the De Cecero brand. but it's hard to tell. It's but Castilian heraldry has had a lot of historically speaking pollution from Vaticine influences, and so it can be hard to recognize stuff from before the nation converted to new such things. And amongst them, there is also the von Richter seal. You've seen those down here before. Well, not here, but in other labyrinths.
Yeah.
And as you come into a space, he was like, it's hard to believe. These tunnels are well older than even the first prophet, but you can even start to feel some of the influence. One of the theologians we have, a scholar who was given the death mark by the Inquisition, noted at this fresco over here, and he points it out. You can see the start of the pushback against the sorceries. Not yet taking the form of religion, but commoners starting to not want to immediately be ruled by those who use their powers in such abusive ways.
Noble.
And leading you around, you come into an area with tents and some beds and a really mishmashed, just melange of various types of furniture. Some looking homemade, like folks got random pieces of wood and cloth and put them together. Others looking like they were taken from a palace, because you all realize that probably is in fact where some of this furniture came from, as people are scavenging the palace above for what they need down here.
Don't I still have that book on that palace?
Yes.
6 you would probably benefit you all.
Rodrigo kind of glances to Sophia, who walks over and takes it. Where did you find this?
The
We were
library.
searching for a copy.
As she said, the library.
Which library? We never
one
found
with
it in the
you.
palace.
The Library of the Grande, I believe. Is that correct?
Oh, you were in the Hall of the Grandes too. Oh, you all went sightseeing. This is incredible.
L'adresse.
This is amazing. With this, we should be able to. Oh man, this is going to make our scouting mission so much easier. Thank you. Sorry, we introduced ourselves. We didn't pause for your name. I know this is Arnau Cecero. If you all could introduce yourselves, if you don't mind. If you're, everyone here is the death mark, so you don't need to worry about anyone talking to anyone else.
Well, of course. You are, of course, standing in front of Demetrius Penn from the Dawn Light Reapers. And Nikoletta, you do not have to roll your eyes every single time we announce.
I did not say anything.
The cat!
Now this is, you know what? Let me introduce you to the greatest duelist in all of Thea, Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau.
I am not boasting any such.
I am.
And I am Nikoletta von Richter.
Rodrigo looks up and is like, Demetrius Penn. I have heard of you.
Of course.
Not always the best stories. You're sort of a byword for what Vodachan mercenaries get up to when they're in Castile.
Oh, women be getting penned.
A cousin of mine claimed that you once stole a cape and a horse of his after meeting with his fiance.
Depends. Was he shouting his name rolling out the window?
That's why we knew it.
That is such a calling card.
How long ago was that?
You know what? I really need to work on my reputation. Because
he pulls out a thing. What's today's date? It's hard to keep track here underground.
yes, it is hard to keep track. Many years.
Verity would say the date, And what time it is.
This was just last Thursday. No.
Impossible.
He laughs. This was about 5-6 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, that's
One thing that was. And Nikoletta, are you a member of the noble von Richters from Eisen?
Yeah, such as me.
It's an honor. Your family's reputation is, compared certainly to some of your companions,
We are servants of the people, that is all there is to it.
well, certainly honorable. And Miss Victoire-Couteau, a duelist, according to your illustrious companion. What school?
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia. A fine duelist school.
Yes.
Did you study in Vadachi, or were you at one of the? Did you study in Vadachi or at one of the satellite schools?
In Vadachi.
From Madame herself, then you must be very talented.
I do not boast, and she would stare at Demetrius.
I do.
like that meme of Will Smith. Just
Unlike many of my counterparts, I am not eager to draw blood at any given chance. I do tend to be more for defense and an honorable exchange.
Well, certainly good to see. I myself am of the Aldana school, though it has been some time since I've had a chance to really use the pin. I'm undoubtedly out of practice. Here, and he brings Arnau up to a sort of very rough-looking medical tent that they have, and it's like, lay down here and let's really get a look at these wounds. We're going to have to cut you out of the dress.
It's already ruined. Go ahead.
No, not that. Anything but that. Do you have a replacement that you could potentially give me?
The shears come out, and they cut Arnau out of the dress, and Sawbones that they have there gets started on doing what he can with the wounds.
What does Nikoletta do?
Huh?
He said a sawbone starts doing their work, and I'm like, "This Nikoletta?" She's like,
I'm not that kind of doctor.
like, I only want to see after they're dead.
That's when my problem is, yes.
Well, that flesh is
They're still
starting to get a
alive,
little
I don't wanna-
necrotic. You could let's just see how they do, because it's always fun when we let the dice tell a story.
Oh no. I don't want the dice to tell me a story.
What does Arnau get to lose?
What
Can
consequence?
Can I give a hero point to this random doctor, please?
You know what? I gave them a hero dice roll. You can absolutely give them a hero point if you like.
I'm gonna give them a hero point.
Cool. And it's a good thing that you did. That brings it to 3 successes, meaning you don't take any additional wounds, and your wounds seem to all be fairly well treated, as well as other things to kind of help you gain some sense of mobility, though you are still only 3 minor wounds away from helplessness following your dance with the bolt. And while they are all working, Matteo is talking to some people. It's like, so many nobles. We thought you were dead or gone. And Rodrigo turns and says, we are a very mixed bunch here. As I said, quite a few people of the streets who have been of unending help and aid in their natural resourcefulness and the skills learned from their need from all that time on the streets has certainly been, it is the only reason we remain alive. We have down here about 20 to 25 grande. Not insignificant voting pool if the assembly were ever to regather. Of course, that's impossible unless the king recalls the hall, and right now the king is trapped on Vatacine Island. He takes a seat back, and he's kind of looking at you all. Now, did you come here just running, or are you down here with purpose?
Both. If I'm
We're
being
looking
honest.
for the place she described.
Yes. And he looks over. Go find Antonio. See if he can give them any information on where the Star Chamber, on where this chamber might be. Sorry, he wouldn't know the name Star Chamber.
And have you had any reports of maybe sick-looking people, zombies?
Undead, yes, the undead. You haven't seen any down here?
He gets a really uncomfortable look on his face. I'm sorry. Why do you ask?
It is important.
We are here. We are asking.
There is something down in the lower tunnels. It's the reason why we stopped looking for this chamber. A few of our hunters, resource gatherers, went down there to see if there was treasure that we could use to make purchases. And for a time, they were merely mapping. It was on one such trip that this chamber was located. But recently, some who've gone down have not returned. And there's tales of a monster of sorts that is down there. The younger boys call it El Cazador.
I have no Castile. What does that mean?
The hunter. They for a while they were speaking of a shadow that seemed to follow them. At the time, we figured this is a place that could easily cause youth to see things, even grown men. That was when we started seriously limiting such trips to fully grown individuals. At the time, we didn't believe that there was much of a threat down. But thank goodness we did. Because not too long after the disappearances started, and that's when we stopped traveling to the lower halls. There's not been any sign of it up here, but it is believed to be human-shaped, and we did find one corpse, and it was more than half eaten.
Eaten?
Visible bite marks, missing flesh.
What sort of bites? How big? Human?
Missing limbs? or
Large
just
for
pieces?
human, but human.
Large for human.
At first, we thought maybe one of the dogs had found it.
One of
but
those.
The Titan.
We need to let Arnau rest. We can't just.
Yes. It would be unwise for us to deal with it. If it is a
I'm sorry,
titan,
what is this Titan?
Big trouble.
Big.
How big?
Big enough I climbed one. You don't
Well,
need to worry about it.
It didn't start off that large. Remember, it had to get into the Star Chamber for that.
This, by the description, it was not a giant per se, just a large human. But without having seen your Titan, I don't know if the description is apt or not.
It started off as a large human. It's just neither here nor there. Oh, Verity is right. Let's
but if you do not mind, if as repayment for the book that I'm certain you will all be using quite well, if we can have
Certainly.
provisions and time to rest for our friend Arnau can get back to full health. And then
We
we
can-
can go.
In any of those maps they made that came back from the ones that did not disappear, so she can.
Yes. Where's the boy? And a younger, you'd probably guess like 14 or 15-year-old boy comes up. Yes, Rodrigo. And he's like, these fine folks discovered us. They've brought a map of the palace above, and in return, they're asking for some of our knowledge of the tunnels below. And the boy's like, ooh, okay. And he turns around and kind of looks at you all and goes, what do you want to know?
Everything. What paths you took, how long they went down, anything you might have known from this Cazador.
Oh, the hunter. Well, I have not seen him up close, but there was one time I heard some movement, and I hid in a shadow, and he moved through torchlight. Massive, like, glances over, and it's like, another head and shoulders above you, sir. He gestures to Demetrius. And he covered in these black and red rags. They might have been robes once. Kind of close to Inquisition garb, actually.
Did it sound more animal or man? Grunting noises, that sort of thing.
He walked like a man, but he was always moaning like he was in pain. And growling. When he spotted my friend who I was down there with, we heard him say, come back. But we just ran.
It talked.
Yeah.
The
Never
undead do not speak.
more than a couple words, but
Okay.
Interesting.
That's different.
Very. The undead do not speak at all. All right. What else did you learn from your pathways? Tell me everything. And she just starts noting down.
he pulls out a couple pieces of paper and starts giving you the whole breakdown. Meanwhile, while that is happening, Rodrigo goes over and sits on the table next to where Arnau is still being treated. Arnau, I heard of what happened to your family winery.
Don't remind me. It's a fucking disgrace.
Look,
She can't even make good wine.
that is, of course, that's what you're worried about right now. The point is, the sale cannot be completed as is. They need the Grande to act. They can act in lieu of an action, but without your signature, and there are Grandes in the hall who could verify for or against it. They're sitting on stolen land.
And
If they can ever be brought to trial for it, the Inquisition would stand to lose a lot of its influence. They're supposed to be above such things. Whoever took your family's winery did not expect you to live as long as you have.
Me neither.
It's almost like they've been sending assassins to kill me for the last 3 to 4 years.
Oh no, I have to ask these friends of yours. And he is very carefully pitching his voice so only Arnau can hear him. Are these friends of yours trustworthy?
Absolutely not. However, Nikoletta is. However, they are not tied with the Inquisition. That much I can tell you. They're the most untrustworthy, extremely narcissistic,
That's fair.
dangerous,
Project.
dejected band of scoundrels I've ever met, and I would trust them with my life.
He has.
Aw. Aw.
If we are to permit you all to stay, and you all certainly deserve it, that book alone, you're going to meet someone. and as in danger as anyone here would be if the Inquisition discovered this place. If they learned she was here, they would burn the Royal Palais down to find an entrance to the labyrinth if they knew she were here.
Oh, you're going to tell me it's the Crown Princess or something?
He stares at you.
Oh no, he guessed right.
It's the Crown Princess?
Now, Arnau, you didn't pay the most attention to Castilian politics, but you know that Duccio Sandoval, the good King Sandoval, is 15 years old. You've never gotten... No, he'd be 16 now. He's 16 years old. You've never heard any word of him having a daughter. There's no way... Like, there's no daughter you know of. He was the only child of his father when his father died. There is not a crown princess.
You can't look at... No, that's not even possible. That's not possible. There is no way there is even a crown princess. There is no way there is a crown princess. It's not even possible. Why are you looking at me that way? Stop looking at me that way. You're insane.
Because there are no cats in America. And the streets got to make cheese.
Well, I always love being a surprise, says a voice.
I mean, he guessed
calmly.
it, but...
And walking up is Arnau. For a second, you could swear that you are looking at Duccio Sandoval, the King of Castile, until you noticed the boobs.
That's... This concussion must have been worse than I thought it was.
She walks up and Rodrigo bows. And this is the bow of a man who does not normally bow. Grandes, in general, don't like offering that kind of that sort of thing to anyone who doesn't immediately deserve it. And so does Sophia, and so does everyone around. And walking up in nice clothes, not particularly flashy, the girl looks at all of you and is like, so these are the ones who brought the plans. Thank you all very much. I am Rocio Sandoval. I am the king's twin sister.
My lady Rosio. Forgive me for having questions, but one moment. Let me get the cat out of here.
I was about to say there's no crown prince. There's a cat on your lap that would very much so argue, it seems.
Okay, so cat's gone. But my lady Rosio, I hate to ask this, especially as you are a crown princess. So forgive my shock and awe. Where the fuck did you come from?
She smiles at that. Well, I came from my mother, same as my brother did. But the fact that they had twins was kept from the general population. We grew up and we looked essentially identical as children, and we would take turns. At first it was just a game. There were plans for our reveal. From when our father died, we both inherited the throne, and we would take turns on it. one of us would sit and rule and sit in council and convene the Grandes while the other traveled the land. We were coming up to the end of the time when that particular ruse was going to work. But while I was doing what was to be my last such trip, my brother was taken by the Vaticine and brought to Vaticine Island for safety. This following an assassination attempt that we suspect they were most likely behind. That has been 2 years now. I have not seen him since.
The Inquisition has kidnapped the King of Castile.
They call it protective custody. He is surrounded by a council of clergy who announce his decisions on his behalf. The fact that Castile has not completely collapsed in the meantime shows just how effective our Grande have been in maintaining the bureaucracy. But we are coming to the end of what individual Grande can do on their own. We need the king. We need the assembly. That is why I gathered these Grandes. We are getting close to what we need in order to convene the assembly. Close to a quorum. At which point...
Even without a king.
And they will have a king when I claim my throne.
We will have a queen. Even better.
Grande says,
That sounds like a difficult task. Good luck with that.
appreciate it. You all have... This is not designed as a rally to the cause. She looks around and goes, I will admit I was listening. I've grown used to vetting visitors before I knew. You are Nikoletta von Richter. You wouldn't remember this. On one of my journeys, I actually traveled to your little town. A Castilian caravan came by, and one of the merchant daughters showed rather a lot of interest in you and your sister. You were rather distracted, but your sister Sarah was very...
Elisabetta, I remember.
She nods. You do remember.
I do the best I can.
And glancing over. And Miss Victoire-Couteau, you and I have not had the privilege, but I do believe I had the honor of sharing a meal once with, I believe, your aunt and one of your sisters.
I am so sorry.
It was a very pleasant experience.
Oh, good. She must not have been drinking. My Aunt Grace is quite hard to understand after a couple of glasses.
She did get to that point eventually, yes. But up to that, her and your sister were very lovely, given that we were all keeping a rather low profile.
Vida is always the best.
And she glances over at Demetrius, and there's a little bit of a tucking of the hair behind the ear as as she's like, and of course, few noble women go long without hearing the exploits of Demetrius Penn, though I will say the stories around you are often conflicting.
Really? What's so conflicting about them?
What details precisely?
Well, there's
Actually,
one
you
sort
read
of
them
story
too.
there's one sort of story that's told here, and another in Montaigne. Quite a different one in Ison.
Go on.
Womanizer in Castile and Montaigne, but always with most of the disapproval being on the part of the husbands and fathers of the women involved.
Pesky marriage is always in the way.
You cannot steal what's freely given.
In any case, Arnau, I'm sorry, Grande Cecero. With you here, we grow close to the quorum. Only 1 or 2 votes away. I find myself needing to ask you for your support. When the time comes for a vote, it requires an act either of the king or of the Grand Hall to remove someone. You remain a grande in every legal sense, regardless of what the church says.
I will. You have my wealth and my vote. Assuming you make certain, in a proper trial, that the people who stole my land are brought to justice.
I will use whatever authority I have to see to it that the Inquisition is brought to task for its crimes. It will be a while before I have the ability to enforce it, but a trial can certainly happen.
You know, what you're asking for is not just support. You're asking what you're doing will bring a war against the Inquisition. Are you aware of that?
They kidnapped our head of state.
Viva la revolution!
They started the war.
Then you have my blade, my queen.
And
And-
Michael,
And I will bring as much of the backing as the Vendel League as I can manage to protect your throne.
The Vandel, truly. Rodrigo at this point speaks up and goes, "Oh, yes, he has been quite successful with the Vendel League in his exile. His resources have only grown, though the family wine has been somewhat undone."
I have to make my fortune now selling mead like a peasant.
Rodrigo is Sierra España.
It is.
I feel like Asgeir is offended.
Yeah, I should give you another minor wound from Asgeir slapping you over the back of the head, but we won't do that.
It's like, do you know how much money Bob
won't?
works on making us?
It's. But I have been making calls and judgments for the League in a way that I cannot, so I cannot guarantee how much wealth they're going to be willing to put back behind you, but I will attempt to do what I can. After all, the Inquisition does not aid our current efforts in the area, so.
If all I had was your vote, that would be a great service and a risk to yourself. The fact that you offer your wealth and your sword, if there are enough Grandes like you left, we will reclaim our homeland.
You need soldiers to fight, do you not?
I believe I have the soldiers. Every time I see what the children, they were just children here with me when we first arrived, when I see what they've accomplished, the commoners know. They know what is needed. They just need someone to light the spark. And once the rest of the Grande have the excuse of an official quorumed ruling of the hall, they know the power they've lost without the hall gathering. Even those who are selfish will be selfish in our favor.
Well, I will do what I can to draw a few more to your side.
She nods and smiles and goes, "Well, I am taking a shift, making sure the food is ready for everyone this evening. As if evening means anything down here. I will get to that. Thank you all so much. We will see to what healing Arnau Cecero can receive. And very well. And she, giving a bit of a shy look over towards Demetrius, which you all have noticed too, which everyone will notice comes with a little bit of a blush. She's been mostly underground for like a year and a half at this point, so she's very pale and the blush is pretty noticeable. She moves over. She heads over to do what she's doing, and you all are left relatively private for the moment, complete with the maps that the boy brought over.
Arnau is just going to look over to Demetrius. If you bet the crown princess...
She's 16!
I don't care!
Oh no. I can only imagine how horrible of a person you think I am. But if you haven't noticed, I am quite enthralled. And I gesture.
Though she doesn't like to brag.
I'm going to need you to care a little bit for the rest of your life, Arnau. I'm going to be calling your morality into question. In fact, if that is something you actually believe, you are corrupt.
She is my queen. I am only going to threaten Demetrius because she is clearly eyeing him. No. I don't care if it's 2 years later.
You talk to your queen, young man.
I imagine it's most so it is quite boring down here, and she has read some intriguing literature.
Young girls get crushes. Oh no, it is nothing.
Yes, some are into musketeers, some are into other things.
Yes.
Some are into cads.
God damn it. So much.
I think whether or not I'm into it is still under some analysis.
I must rectify that.
I don't know. I'd like to hear less about all these wives you vetted.
I would love to hear less about that too.
I would love to hear more. We can tell a few more stories.
My stories are so much nicer than Isaac.
You need to rest. You need to like go into a coma and wake up in 8 or 9 hours. You need to rest.
I'm fine. We have a.
Imagine that your life is a spiral.
Are you saying that I am spiraling?
A little bit. Maybe we wait until it's more like a line.
Just straighten it out. It'll be fine. All right. So while you all are taking time to eat and rest, and the camp is providing those things, you actually are getting several people coming over just thanking you all. Like, you get the idea that they like were scrounging the palace libraries to the point of being dangerous to find a copy and never did. And the fact that it was in the hall of the Grande Assembly, they are like, of course it was. Thank you.
Oh, we had it the whole time? Well, duh.
And so Arnau is going to be resting, and with that rest, I'm going to go ahead and take away the 2 minors you took from the crossbow. So you'll go back to 1 full span of your death spiral, full. What's everyone else getting up to with this time? Are you also resting? Are you looking around? Are you asking questions?
I imagine, as well as just looking over all of the papers that the scout kids gave her, she's poking through that that book on hexenwork that she found in the library above as well.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that it was the preliminary hexenwork, so I don't anticipate this is furthering her sorcery at all. It's just like what did they have? What did they know?
All right, go ahead. And yeah, because it's not explicitly Hexen work, but the sort of research that would eventually lead to it.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me your wits and scholarship while you're rolling that out. Demetrius, what you getting up to?
I will, because I know I pulled some rations before we came down here. See wherever, like the food they give, the food we have, whichever's nicer. See if there's anything that's semblance of wine. It's Castile. I feel like they still would have something. And
actually, as it happens, the easiest thing for them to raid is the castle's wine cellar.
Oh,
and so they've got good wine, including a bottle of Old de Cecero.
Okay. And I will, because of course you're so grateful about what we gave you. I will take off some of those bottles and kind of in a very no 2 cents to your name, make a little picnic with the wine glass, and if Verity is down, share a little in this dark catacombs, nice wine picnic.
Is Verity
I really want to work off though the crazy stories of me betting millions of women. Like, I'm really trying to work that off like now.
So Verity is trying to see if anybody, because she's got like the little image that she can do of what she's been seeing of her family's old crest, being like, is there any more of this stuff somewhere?
Okay, go ahead.
And he's like coming up on her, being like, yeah.
Oh, for the record, because you have the presence of the rightful queen of Castile and a number of nobles, this area for your notes, Verity, does count as a court.
Yes, but it is not a party.
True.
It must be a ball, feast, or similar high society function. And I wouldn't consider court the same as a celebration. So it's like, I get it. If they want to celebrate us, then yes, I could do that. We're partying.
As far as I'm concerned, you can have it if you want it. But
I'm terrified to know what if they've been hiding down here for several years.
Fair enough. As you're looking around, go ahead and give me your panache and your convince, just as you're kind of asking around among the nobles if anyone else recognizes your emblem. Nikoletta, what was your roll?
4.
4. On a 4, as you are digging through the book, you come to a fairly extensive section on cannibalism.
Don't we all?
And as you were looking into it and reading it, you see many descriptions of people stranded in extreme situations who fall to cannibalism as a means to survive and then continue it. And the effect that has on the spirit and body of the person. And in the case of those who were already cruel or angry, the ability to create what you are starting to recognize as a proto version of what would become the ghouls and zombies. Not still human, still alive, not actually undead. But you recognize that from what you know, you see a very high likelihood that it's creatures like this that were first experimented on to create the shamblers that have since overrun Eisen.
Love that. Okay, danke.
Verity, what was your roll?
3.
On a 3, you find another one of the Grande who is one of those nobles who is particularly into lineages and family lines and the various houses. And you come up to him. Actually, you come up to her and you're asking her about your family's old sigil. And she's like, oh, yes, I have seen that around. The old Couteau marker. This is back from when the Couteaus were actually a Vedachian family.
Oh, yes, I think I had a great grandmother, or maybe a couple of greats.
2 or 3 greats, perhaps, depending, different branches of the family. Yes, this particular, they were not quite merchant princes, but in the orbit of one of the then more established families, fled Vedachi for what would in time become Montaigne. Don't think it was common knowledge as to why, or at least I have not heard the story.
Oh, I never know. Most of what we are taught is basically up until the Couteaus married the Victoire. We had our title then.
It would have been difficult to keep. Fleeing from one land to another makes it difficult to hold on to the lines, unless you're particularly successful from go. But it's still blood noble, and would not take much to revert back.
What does that mean?
Well, you have an affirmed noble bloodline. You do not currently have established power in the classic sense, but your family's quite wealthy, yes? As I recall, I heard some whispers that they were doing some investing to the north.
Are you saying that they could become nobles in Castile?
Difficult in Castile, but I suppose no more so than in Montaigne.
But if they can prove blood from the duchy and have wealth and land here, they could get titled?
All it would take is a successful vote of the Grandes, or a declaration by royalty.
What was your name?
The character who I just created is named...
And he wanted me to make him make one a second ago. He wanted me to make him make one a second ago.
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, I am so happy to have met you. You have told me so much. I am very grateful for this knowledge.
She nods and smiles. Difficult to prove, certainly. But in Castile, the path would actually be simpler.
So you're saying when you can all do your thing again, this might be brought to the floor and you would vote?
Yes, typically. Is how such things work. Again, we need a quorum here for our group, and our ability to enforce it, if it's decried by the church, would be difficult, but it is entirely possible with your bloodline.
That is good to know. I hope you consider us friends to all of the Grandes.
She says, now, the one problem you're going to run into with this particular group is, given the recent Montagnian occupation and then subsequent being driven out of Castile, many of the Grande would be hesitant simply because of your current Montagnian nationality.
That is good. You should go with that feeling.
Selling yourself as a Vedachian, which is where the bloodline is from, after all, probably a little more helpful.
Verity, if you could establish yourself as head of this house, since you would be the one making connections here, I wager it would not be difficult to, shall we say, shut your father up.
It would be very complicated.
It would be satisfying.
No, it would mean potentially putting my sister in danger. And it would definitely not make the Grandes happy to be voting on giving a house recognized title. They cannot be involved in who in that house because it goes to the head, who is my father. That's how these things work. They don't give it to the youngest son just for willy-nilly.
She leans forward. There is an exception.
What is that?
New houses are constantly being arranged by those who have the deeds to back them up. If they were recognizing your house because of your deeds, it would be you who gained the title.
I
And your
don't have
father would
possession
be-
of that land.
Will Smith gift.
And then your father would merely be the commoner father to the Grande.
But I don't have the deeds to those lands.
I can hear it now. Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau, mercenary grande, and great warrior.
She
No,
laughs.
Why are you awake?
Child, I'm sorry. If you are named for your deeds, then the lands are not enough now. It would be your name. You would be the one who was voted upon.
She's trying so hard not to make the nasty face at the idea of Castile. Like, she's just like, uh-huh.
So anyway, she
You betcha.
with that, you will notice Demetrius trying to catch your attention and see if you're down for a picnic.
Oh no, he was just alone in the tent,
Oh,
the
yeah.
little wicker candle just kind of
Mhm.
slowly dimming out. He's just sad
Yes.
boy. What was happening? But no, he would have walked up. You know, like this is interesting. He wouldn't even have mentioned
Okay.
and just
So you were sitting with your little blanket and basket all on your lonesome? There's
all my
there was
lonesome,
that
and then
moment?
made my way. I probably would have walked in somewhere in the middle of all that.
Well, before we get to that then, because you were off on your own, go ahead and give me your wits and notice.
Oh dear God. No. Four.
4.
Yeah.
On a 4, you found a little space off to the side and not completely out of view of everything, but near one of kind of the outlying tunnels. And you hear a low voice coming from one of the tunnels behind you, and it goes, "Hey."
Connor. Oh. Well, of course the place is haunted. Why not?
Which you would know is Castilian for meat.
Oh, delightful. Look around. Do I see anything?
You glance into the tunnel, and it's hard to see because there's no illumination down there, and you are in at least somewhat lit place, and so the light's brighter by you. But you do feel like you see a shadow down that tunnel, and it feels like a big one.
Yeah, I am all not going down the dark, scary tunnel to hear the thing that's saying Kane. I will I will just gesture. Are you like if anyone's in earshot? Is it common to hear someone yelling meat down this tunnel?
All of a sudden, you say that there is a yell from one of the people. It's like, El Cazador, it's El Cazador.
Yes, and Demetrius Penn is here, so why are you afraid?
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll show you some other shows we have on the channel, and we will be back very soon.
Okay, so she is going to come from behind and literally like jump on his back, where her shoulder will anchor on his, and she is going to turn his face and kiss him right on the mouth.
All right.
And as she does so, she goes, "Your ancestors are going to feel that for eternity, and everyone hereafter."
His arm wraps around her waist as she does that.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, then let's go ask them. He is going to spend a villain point, and they both port away.
No!
And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. And welcome back. So, though this is a decent sized encampment, about 50, 60 people all told, it's not a huge cavern, and it is a cavern. So, everyone in the party, with, I will say, the exception of Arnau, because he is at least theoretically trying to sleep, will hear Demetrius yell out, "Is it bad when you hear when there's a voice from the tunnel saying meat over and over again?"
But
Break out the sword, and I believe I actually still have some of that because I never actually used it. The bane that I would put on the sword.
Oh yeah,
and kind of get that going. And kind of just prep to see if the voice is getting closer or.
As you get close to the mouth of the tunnel that you saw the shape in, you're no longer seeing the shape.
Nicoletta's walking up behind him. She's got her pistol drawn. I thought you said you saw something, Demetrius.
I heard something and saw an outline. It said Carne over and over again.
Buenas
Oh.
noches.
You're starting to walk down into the tunnel?
Well, that's.
Nicoletta just hollered down the tunnel. Buenas noches.
Oh.
She's just.
Oh. No response.
Lantern up and just kind of with the sword out and slowly step. Still want to be in eyesight. I'm not going to go too far down, but just getting a couple steps into where I can see more.
For clarity, Verity, what are you doing at the moment?
Well, Verity would probably stay with Arnau if Nicoletta's going to go check in with Demetrius. If there's a giant zombie around, like she's like, yeah, let's just abandon Arnau.
All right, so Verity's keeping an eye on Arnau.
Asgeir is here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
up to you.
She'd leave Asgeir with Arnau.
Okay.
And then she would probably be not far behind Nicoletta after being, gracious to Esmeralda, who's probably after hearing giant zombie is like, yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
Like a sensible person.
All right. So as the three of you are making your way down this tunnel, Nicoletta, you had seen, because you helped compile the different maps, so you have a decent idea of where you're going. Go ahead and give me your wits and scholarship. And of course, Flair is reset.
Ooh, thank you. 3.
On a 3, you have a decent idea of the immediate area of tunnels. So long as you can verify with Verity which way is back to the cavern, which she can do, you're not going to lose yourself, at least in this immediate area, even without glancing regularly at your map. As you are moving down in that direction, what is everyone's approach? We've got Demetrius's sword out, lamp out. Is that correct? Okay. Verity, how about you?
She would totally take out the sometimes gets hot knife. Giggity.
Okay.
The giggity
Cool.
dagger.
The
The giggity dagger. The giggity dagger is in place.
Or was it the
Nicoletta's got
The
her
giggity
pistols
dagger.
on.
All right.
the kids?
You're making your way down, making some turns and stuff, though, Nicoletta, you
Walking
still,
fast.
with Verity's help, you do have a good idea. God damn it, Chandler. A decent concept of where you're going and doing. And I am going to need from Nicoletta a finesse in athletics.
Someone else steps on something. It's about damn time somebody else stepped on something.
Ooh, it's actually... Okay. I love that these dice explode too.
All right. On the two, you get suddenly there is a slash, and you feel the raking of claws. And Nicoletta, you have not a bad, because this isn't going to get you to a dramatic, but 3 minor wounds worth of a slash to your back as something moves behind you.
She kind of grits out a half cry from between clenched teeth. Kind of cocks the pistol behind us.
Demetrius, whipping around with the lantern, you see standing in front of you all a very large figure. It is not the size of the Hexatitan, but it's probably around 8 feet tall. Its arms are overlong to the point that if it let them all the way down, they would be well past its knees. You see massive teeth, huge hulking eyes. The teeth are broken. There's blood and viscera in them, and it is wearing very recognizably at this distance what used to be an Inquisition uniform.
Well, aren't you large and terrifying? Time to cut you down.
All right. Approaches.
I will throw my dagger.
Okay.
It's so close, I'm pretty sure I'll hit it. But I don't know, my dice could just be like, fuck you. I hit Demetrius.
That will be your finesse and aim, Demetrius.
I will take the sword, kind of drop the lantern, take the sword, and go in for the fight.
Mm-hmm. Finesse and weaponry, Nicoletta.
I may be short, but this thing is standing right in front of me, point blank. I blow the pistol in his nose.
All right. Finesse and aim.
Nicoletta, take a hero point.
Thank you.
4. Cruiser.
All right.
Ooh, that's more ones than
5.
Thank you for the hero point.
Turning this thing into carne asada.
Little peppery.
Just a little.
Raises for you, Verity. 4. 6. All right. On the 6, Demetrius, you're going to go first. And you are able, in your first round, to do your weaponry Your weaponry worth of
weapons.
damage, which
Is-
is what?
Is this a villain?
This is a villain.
Then I would like to use my virtue and activate your virtue the first time you wound a villain during a fight to make her take a dramatic wound in addition to the wounds you normally deal.
All right. What is your weaponry rating?
I have a 4 in weaponry.
So you do the 4 minors and take that immediately to the first dramatic. Then with 5s, it will now be Nikoletta's turn. You are able to get off the shot, which does another dramatic wound because firearms, and you are able to see. I believe it's so. Yeah, you were not only able to shoot it, but you were able to reload your pistol. It's going to take the remainder of your raises, but you will be able to shoot again in the next full round of combat.
It's powder for your nose.
At this point, it's still not moving. Demetrius, you are now going to move again on your 5 and do another 4 wounds. And this is all going crazy. Like, Demetrius goes in for the stab. Nikoletta pulls out her pistol and fires and hits the thing. It is then going to be Verity's turn with the daggers. What is your current rank in aim?
Aim.
Yeah, 1.
We got to work on that.
That's going to get it to its next dramatic, though, because it was at 4. And so
She's literally working on aim right now because of the crossbow thing. That's why she's been working on it.
Mm-hmm. So slash, bam, slash, dagger in. Oh, you were throwing. You were throwing the giggity.
I was
dagger.
throwing the special. Sometimes gets hot, jiggity jagger.
I love that this is stuck.
That jiggity jagger.
I like how that's the moment. That is holding true.
Jiggalagger.
Okay, it's not gonna do anything special now, and the creature just roars back. It at this point it is its turn, and it is going to do 5 points, 5 points of minor wounds to actually it was still right in front of Nikoletta, so it's going to be another 5 minor wounds to Nikoletta as it does its other slash, and then it staggers back like it is turning to run as a scream. But we are back around to Demetrius again.
If it's turning to run, I will take out my throwing daggers, and I'm just going to litter its back.
Okay, we are still in the same round of combat, so you're still using your sword at this point.
Okay, yeah, we'll just keep on. Stabby.
Basically, this thing isn't going to get anywhere. Demetrius, you leap up behind, and you are able to sink your sword in. The creature gives this horrific gurgle, and then collapses forward, and seems to be dead.
Yeah.
The word seems.
That's such an interesting use of words.
That word I don't know.
Language is great, isn't it?
Yeah. Seems.
Well, if it's
Let the go take pieces and whatever.
don't mind if I do.
All right. Nikoletta, go ahead and give me your wits and scholarship.
Alrighty.
Verity's like, I'll wait till Nicoletta says I can take my dagger out. I'm not just gonna. I can do that.
Let experts do expert things.
I
It's,
just wait.
Oh, take a hero point.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 5.
another 5.
Three's tens.
Looking through, you see everything you need to confirm this seems to be the creature that the book was talking about. Many names in different lands, and a lot of them forgotten because now most people would see this and think zombie. But you can see from the way the blood was flowing from its wounds, This was not a Hexen work undead. It was still alive. He was alive, though you don't think he was human anymore.
All right. That being the case, while she's looking over him, she'll have a small bottle of the Tears of the Prophet. She's just lightly dousing over open wounds into his mouth, just various places just to cover her bases. Well, he was not undead. Though I'm not entirely certain you can call him human anymore either.
He craves people,
Looking at those teeth.
and we already deal with people who apparently drink people. We can't really be splitting hairs anymore.
Well, I'm more curious exactly how many more like him are down here. Cannibalism is the sort of thing that, if it's resorted to, then it's rarely ever just one. So I'm more worried about how many more there could be the further down we go.
Oh, we are gonna have to go down looking for the chamber anyway.
I know. And well, what worries me is that he was not undead. There is going to be little I can do to help this.
Oh, and in point of clarification, the tincture that you put on your sword, Demetrius, had no effect on this thing. The fire did not ignite.
Yep. It is what it is. Oh.
We have reached the limitations of what I can do.
Opportunity to learn, I suppose. So do we want to grab on now if we're going to go deeper?
I think it would be a good idea. Yeah, I need to also perhaps mix some more of this just in case. If there is not currently any Hexen work down here, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stop any more.
All right, so you all are able to rouse Arnau from his sleep. Some clothes have been provided by one of the other Grande, who was relatively close to his size. Not the perfect cut, but certainly enough for Arnau to be able to do some action without tripping over anything.
Pants, these are so restrictive. How do you go back to these, Verity?
I don't necessarily ever go full skirt. There's always pants underneath my skirt. Why would you want to be so vulnerable? Aren't your nether regions more sensitive than ours? You really want there to be less between it and sharp things?
That just assumes I'm going to get hit.
Oh, trust me, the skirt will betray you long before anything else does.
She's not wrong.
I have been tricked by a skirt. I have been trapped by a skirt. Do not get that wet. You will drown. You take the skirt off. You swim away. There is skirt safety.
I'm getting full no capes vibes from Verity right now.
That is
It's like, oh, you think skirts are nice? It's like saying corsets are nice. Do you really want to go there?
I didn't like the corset, but anyway. So what do you mean there was a cannibal in the caves?
Oh, he's still there. We control him.
Yeah, we'll pass the body. And then it's gone. I swear it was right.
Now you mention it.
Damn it!
As you go back to the tunnel, there is not. Well,
This is your fault. I'm blaming you.
I'm sorry.
there are still some bones. Some shreds of the Inquisition cape. The hat.
This
Blood
does not
spatter everywhere.
This does not look like a dead body or much of left of it.
Maybe next time we go into combat, we'll decapitate it.
This looks like exactly what I was worried about. So there's more.
They don't stay down.
There's a colony of cannibals.
I imagine we will find out.
Colony might be a bit strong.
A
All right.
cadre. A
squad.
A camp.
very
A
very
camp
murder.
of cannibals.
a veritable coterie, you could say. We're
A
all going
cannibal
to
Murder.
We could hope for a coterie, but that would be pretty small. I don't think he's gonna be that nice to us. It's gonna be somewhere between a coterie and a camp.
A murder, if you will.
All right. You all have a rough idea of where in the labyrinth the chamber was identified, though you do not have a clear path. What is your approach? First to finding it, and then second to keeping yourself safe while you're finding it.
When it comes to finding things, I'm kind of leaning on Nikoletta for that one. I'm just watching out for big, scary things that are going to jump out and hurt us.
Nikoletta is looking at the ground, trying to find a trail of blood. Because if something dragged any parts of this stuff off, it likely got either a mouthful or dropped something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's definitely a trail of blood, and as you follow it, you are finding the occasional discarded bones. Some of them snapped in half, and the marrow sucked out.
Oh, that's just rude. She picks up the bones as we go. I have use for marrow. What?
We need to burn everything down.
You never cease to disturb me, Nikoletta von Richter, and that
You're welcome.
is why you are my best friend.
Marrow makes the best broth. Maybe not people marrow, but
I mean, it's just, this is true.
marrow has its uses.
So following this blood trail, you start to notice you've got a lot of experience with blood and spatters and stuff like that from your work, Nikoletta, and you're starting to notice several trails of various ages being dripped along.
Oh, fantastic. Which one looks the freshest?
Oh, they're all going the same way. They're coming from different places, but they're proceeding. It's like the many tributaries of a river coming together.
Oh, it's like the descent. Yay. Okay.
So we
So
found
it's nice when we know we're going into a horrible mess.
Yeah, if we didn't fight that guy earlier, we'd be following these blood streaks thinking that it's going to be an okay time.
So go ahead and give me your wits and notice, Nikoletta, as you are tracking this blood path.
I don't wanna.
As you're hunting corpses,
Would
Can't
we
be that
consider this
they don't
sticking
move.
to the plan regardless of danger to self after we already fought that thing and we're still going into the direction of more?
Sticking with the let's see where the things that ate that thing after we killed it are going. Yeah, I think that counts.
Would
Cool.
this also be putting myself in harm's way in the pursuit of knowledge?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thank you.
100%. Three. With the light that you have, and as the blood trails and the bones tossed off to the side, you're moving along at a pretty good pace. You're not in any risk of losing the trail. When you see another such figure crouched over what you would guess to be a human torso and gnawing on the vertebrae, crouched down over, wearing the remains of another Inquisition robe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we get trapped in this labyrinth and become cannibals.
Carne.
You
Nope!
speak-
Just whoom, 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 whoom.
It's Axe o'clock, and everyone gets one. All right, so Arnau is charging in. Go ahead and give me your brawn and weaponry, Arnau, as you just charge into the fight.
Okay.
I love it. Arnau says, "Oh hell no!"
I'm white, but I ain't that white.
The Karn Cassidy.
Would the talking to the new queen earlier and pledging the strength of the Vendel League behind her, would that count as, just for the purposes of knowing how many hero points I have, would that count as using the vast resources of the Vendel League for something more noble than profit?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I've got another hero point. That's good to know. Oh, that's not a great roll. Okay.
Don't say that.
I get to re-roll one. That became a 10. That's now exploding. Okay. So. Okay, now it's a 5. So, that is. So that's.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, noted.
Yeah. It's.
Jess, I should have given the last one 2 extra dice because of how injured Arnau is, but oh well.
I took
Should've worked
2
better.
extra dice. 3. That is only 3 races on now 9 dice. I didn't have any milk today.
All right. You dash in on 3 raises. Let's see how he does. Here are the 2 extra dice he should have gotten. The last roll was balls. Let's see if this is any better. Ooh.
Of course.
1, 2. And these 2 explode.
Of course they do.
Yeah, Arnau, you rush up and you are just good and ready to go. But he goes first and he does 5 minor wounds to you as he slashes across you.
Can I activate my virtue to delay an opportunity or consequence by 1 action?
Sure. You get your first hit in. What is your weaponry damage? So
3.
your weaponry? 3? You delay it 1 action. You get your hit in first, but then he hits you.
And I'm now unconscious.
Yeah. Arnau is down and helpless as this thing gets up and just crushes him down onto the floor. And turns and actually, because he just charged forward and this thing is hungry, it almost immediately lowers itself to start eating.
Can I activate my Arcana?
Don't you?
Remind me of the Arcana?
The Hanged Man?
What does it do?
Activate your virtue to suffer risks, consequences in place of another hero. I can't go unconscious.
So, well, you don't do it the first time. Okay, so you dash in, and instead of Arnau taking the 5 minors, you take the 5 minors.
Okay.
So Arnau, you are still up. As it is about to get you, and Nikoletta, out of basically nowhere, runs in and takes the hit. That's still all of the actions we're going to get on that particular round. So approaches for this next round.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby. Finesse and weaponry. Verity.
I would like to not have to throw my dagger. So she's going to basically try and like bring it down and then kick off of them in the same motion, like stab and flip off. And I'll spend the hero point to do perfect balance to perform a perfect feat of balance.
Does perfect balance require hero points?
Yes, I have to spend a hero point to get it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna sound like it'll still be your weaponry. So finesse and weaponry. Nikoletta, your approach.
Lock and load, wash, rinse, and repeat.
Your pistol is already loaded from the last fight, so that'll be finesse and aim.
Yep.
And Arnau.
What Arnau is going to do, in a shameless attempt to use finesse instead of brawn, Arnau is going to attempt to jump over him and spin and hit him from the back, basically.
Okay. Finesse and athletics.
That's an athletics.
Or wait, to run over and hit him from the back, I assume with your axe.
Yeah.
Finesse and weaponry. Okay.
Yeah, finesse and weaponry. Yay!
All right, so 2 from Nikoletta. So you're going to get the shot off, and then 1 raised towards the 4 you need to reload.
Cool.
5, 4 from Demetrius.
Yeah.
And just as a gentle reminder, you don't get bonus dice off of me for being too dramatic.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Da 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 da. That explodes. That becomes a 6. So that is 1. This is much better. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
Okay.
raises.
So this is another just incredible act of group coordinated violence. As Demetrius is moving in with the Draconizing sword, Verity is moving in and stabbing with this dagger while kicking off. Are now doing something similar, flipping over the thing, and then Nikoletta finally just pulls the gun and shoots. It's going to get a couple other hits in before you all bring it down, but you are going to be bringing it down this round. Let's just see who he's swinging at. The first one will be to Demetrius for 5 minors.
Ouch. Okay, calm down.
And the second is to Verity for 5 minors. But you all just a swan song of death, moving around, slashing, moving. It gets hurled up against the wall, and finally, Nikoletta lines up the shot with the pistol, fires, and makes a crater of the thing's head, and it collapses to the ground.
I ain't taking any chances. Even though that thing's head is a crater, it is coming off of that torso. The axe is just whoom.
All right. Who has
Yep.
been hit by
We're gonna
this?
burn that too. We're going to burn it.
All right. Everyone who has taken damage from the thing's claws, which is going to be everyone but Arnau, I need you to make a resolve and empathy roll.
Oh no. You're going to get hungry. I start to take back the phrase that I will trust you all with my life.
1.
Oh, sweet. Okay, 3.
3. Demetrius and Nikoletta, you both start to feel this strange hunger. And it is triggering especially when you look at the corpse that you just brought down. As Arnau chops the head off, you, particularly Demetrius, like Nikoletta, you're just like, that's weird. You recognize it, but it's obviously very foreign. Demetrius, you actually have a second where it looks appetizing. It's only
that's not good.
And then Verity set it on fire.
Verity, as you look at it and you recognize there's something different, a voice in the back of your head speaks. It is not permitted for humans to feed upon human flesh. But for the bear, such might simply be a thing of survival.
Good story, Grandma. I'm not eating them.
You okay there, Verity?
She's gonna just give him a look like, now the time. Now the time.
But do one of you have a torch? Why are you looking at this?
It doesn't
corpse
matter.
that way?
She's like, torch, lantern.
Okay. You are able to apply some oil and the torch, and the thing is now on fire. And as it starts to burn, the urge goes away for both Demetrius and Nikoletta.
Would it be a far stretch for Nikoletta, having recently felt such similar odd urges for consumption, to be able to deduce that there's something going on there?
It does strike you as somewhat similar to vampirism. It doesn't seem to be accompanied by any of the other things. There's no like blurring of vision, there's no or sharpening of vision or anything like that. But it occurs to you that this could be a similar state to vampirism, that it might have similar roots.
Lovely. Fantastic. Wonderful. As above, so below. Here we go.
We're gonna have to do that screamy scream thing you guys did.
Why are you all looking at the corpse that way? You
I
all look
didn't.
very
Let's
hungry.
be clear. I never did.
No, I have, and that was not a pleasant feeling to look at a corpse and feel peckish.
Well, apparently
Strange.
you're a bear.
I take back everything I said to my dear friend. I no longer think I trust you all with my lives. I think I'm going to step in between. I think I'm going to take a step back, and I think I may need to reassess my business investments.
What would you be? A porterhouse, maybe a sirloin?
Yeah, curious, how much meat is actually like exposed on Arnau right now? Would that have any impact?
Oh, now you're looking appetizing.
Nikoletta is just kind of dabbing at the scratches all along her back that she took for Arnau and walks past him. That's hurtful. And she just carries on down the hall.
I trust you more than I trust Demetrius, Nikoletta.
That's
Everyone.
not counting.
You know, why the collateral damage? Why always?
Yes. He's so trustworthy. She runs off. I'm seeing the bar.
I'm walking.
Not this time. Never this time.
Walking further, you all get to the end of this particular passage, and you just see this rather large collection of bones. No other figures here at the moment, but this seems to have been a lair of some sort. And in the corner, almost obscured by a pile of bones, all of which have been cracked, marrow sucked out, you see what appears to be a journal, badly blood-soaked.
The book nerd will do the book nerd thing.
Walking over and picking it up, a lot of it is now illegible. handprints and blood obscuring the ink. Whole pages where ink was written but didn't seem to be writing words. When you're finally able to get to a page that is legible, you find the log of an Inquisition captain. Not actually an inquisitor, just someone, a soldier in the service of the Inquisition, who had brought his troop following a few, as he called them, street rats, in order to look for a group that was believed to be hiding in underneath in the sewers underneath the city of San Cristobal. After a few reports of successful attempts to bring in certain people alive, it has increasingly frenzied responses about how they can't find a way out again, that they're lost in this labyrinth. Very quickly, because this was not intended to be any kind of expedition, they run out of any sort of food or supplies. And you find the report of the first time they killed and ate one of their prisoners out of hunger. And that's where things start to spiral, and their anger at these street rats for leading them below the street. And the language quickly deteriorates from there, and just until the last legible page just has the word carne written on it over and over and over again.
Yep. As I said, no undead here, just madmen.
Based on the notes you're seeing, you're guessing that there were 7 of them.
Oh, and yes, of course there's more. There's not as many as I was worried about, so that's good at least. So there's possibly as many as 5 left.
Oh,
There were 7?
We've already
7
killed
of those
We've
things?
already killed 2. It's fine.
But that first one almost killed me!
maybe you should fight more. Do you have range?
Or flexibility.
Only a coward fights at range.
Firstly, sir, I think you misspelled experts, and you're talking to the greatest marksman in all of Thea, of course. Come on.
I stand by what I said.
All right, you won't even hear the shot. So
If you keep coming close to becoming something we have to drag with us, you're not helping. Every time you decide that that's what you want to do, you're telling us that now it has to be harder and you get to sleep through it. No, now get your ass behind me.
I don't even have a gun. I guess I could throw an axe, but
I'll give you 2 dresses if you'll just do what you're told.
I hand him like a solid half of my throwing daggers.
Okay.
Like, this one's from Avalon, this one is from Montaigne, Fadachi. There's a few that came from Vesson, that little bit more axe-like.
Verity will like take off her cuff thing and like put it on him and like, I'm still a beginner too. You can't be that bad. It's fine.
This is not very good for stabbing.
No, it's good for throwing, and I throw it and it lodges into a wall.
You don't throw it at me, and you don't throw it at Demetrius, and you don't throw it at your best friend who already took damage for you. How about you don't directly do it yourself?
Wait for a clear shot. Follow through.
Don't get excited.
You got this.
More
Don't
practice.
get too excited.
I am not very good at this. I will attempt. I may be better off just hiding for now and waiting for a proper moment.
That could work. Stab and hide.
In the meantime, you're at a dead end.
Oh, great.
It's clear the blood trail was leading you to the place they were using as a lair, not the Star Chamber.
Nikoletta, can I have that book? I'm going to use it as evidence for future prosecutions, if that's all right by you.
What book? The journal?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you. This is going into my for future evidence that the Inquisition is fucked up file. Okie dokie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sound.
Arnau,
Alright.
go ahead and give me your resolve and empathy.
Resolve and empathy? Oh dear. That's actually a good. That's actually really good pool for Elmo. Actually,
He's capable of more empathy. He just chooses not to.
I have 3 dots in empathy.
That's what I
God.
just said.
God, you guys are way better people than Demetrius.
So
Oh,
that's
that's
2
it.
raises already because that explodes. So there we go. That's turns into a 6. Turns into that there. Okay, so. Okay. That's 3 raises. 4 raises. 5 raises.
All right. As you are putting the journal away, it was soaked repeatedly in blood. And the smell of it kind of hits you for a second, but it only really registers as nausea before you're able to kind of shake it off.
My fangs distend and then they go back up.
What's about proximity? Oh, whoa, okay. Okay, that's fine.
Hmm.
All right. So what is the new approach? The follow the blood trail led you here. What are we trying next?
Double checking it again against the notes that the scouts gave us. I guess there's not much else we can really do.
Taking out your map and looking at it as opposed to the blood trail, you kind of see that for a while the path was leading you in a good direction. You believe you're another level now down below where the refugee camp is, but towards the end it veered off, and you're able, using the map, to make a path, and you start heading downwards again. Go ahead and someone give me their resolve, and I'm gonna say notice as you start scouting out the edges of what the map has clearly settled. Also, the further away you get from the encampment, the more errors in the map you find. Because these kids were not writing the map as they went. They were running along and then telling someone what they remembered.
My resolve is 2 and my notice is 2. So whoever does take a hero point.
Yeah,
Uh,
who's got the highest resolve?
I
We
can-
don't have the same notes.
I'm gonna get 2 bonus die to this one because I'm gonna get my flare and I'm also gonna get my damage and my 10s explode. So let me do it.
And you
I'll
take a
give you
hero,
a hero
point on top
point.
of
You
it.
keep yours.
I have 2.
I have 4.
Okay.
Okay. The extra 3 dice. Thank you.
Because when I get 1, I get 2.
Okay.
I start with 2, and then I always get 2.
That's gonna explode. So let's see what that does. Okay, so that's already 1 raise without anything else. 2 raises, 3 raises, 4 raises, 5 raises
That's why I
with
put
a
that gift in.
singular die left over.
Do you want to sell it?
Hell no!
Okay. As
Never been so
you're making your
proud.
path down, you are actually making really good time. And what is Arnau's approach to his search? Like, how is he conducting what he's looking for?
So, Arnau's touching the walls, sort of drawing his hand there. He's waiting to see if he feels like effectively, because more often than not, especially when adventurers or explorers are traveling down a tunnel or something, there will be hand marks that will like be pressed against the wall, and that's what he's actually feeling for. That will come through on places where like places where people travel a lot. And we know that we don't want to actually go down paths where people have traveled a lot. So he's going down different places where we don't feel a lot of that. That's where he's traveling down on that way.
Okay. Yeah. Neat. Is you're sort of looking for the path less traveled, while moving in what you believe will be generally the direction, because you're trying to stay under the palace itself, and Verity can let you know more or less where you are in relationship to the palace. And as you are making your way around, you're making really good time, and I will allow you to make a beneficial edit to the scene with 5 raises.
A beneficial edit to the scene. I don't think this is gonna. So my first thought was we come across two of the ghoul things fighting each other, and one eating the other one. But I don't think that's gonna be available.
Yeah. You can't edit them. You edit the scene, not the.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think that's gonna be possible. That was my first thought. Edit the scene. We find an etching in the wall that is like a map of the labyrinth, like an entry point, like that shows like a general overview top of it.
Absolutely.
That's just an etching in the wall that has been left here.
You find such an etching, and over the etching, you recognize the mark of the Sandevals. Their particular heraldry, again, very old. None of the Vaticine markers in it, because this was from a pre-Vaticine time. But as you are looking at it, you are able to show this map that Nikoletta is able to incorporate into her map, and immediately sort of fit it all in. And Nikoletta, you now believe you see a straight path to the Star Chamber.
Do you have any paper, Nikoletta, and any chalk?
Chalk? Yes, as a matter of fact, she does. She'll hold up the little nub.
He's actually going to make a rubbing of it, because this is like archaeological, and this is the king, like this is Legends of the Kingdom of Castile, something that would be important for the history. So he makes a chalk etching of it, because who knows if we're going to be able to find our way back to this point. So he makes a chalk etching. He very tenderly, or charcoals or whatever, and then he wraps it up very carefully, makes sure it's neat, and he puts it in a pocket that would not get moved very much to make certain that it's going to be protected. That is also not covered in blood right now.
All right. You're doing that, and Nikoletta, you now have a straightforward path. You take it along, and you come up to what you recognize as one of the massive doors on the Star Chambers. This one seems to be closed. Doesn't seem to be. It is obviously closed, and for the first time since you've been looking at any of these, there is a massive bar over it. You've seen the bars before, but you've never seen them used to lock, but locked from the outside.
Interesting.
Like something wants something to stay inside.
Well, the people of Castile, their religion, the Inquisition, they seem to be very easily frightened and very much so like to just push things away and put them places and bars them. This makes sense. I'm sure a long time ago, some Castilians thinking that they were finding something of the prophets and then went, oh, no.
Let's not forget what these things were originally meant to potentially fight. There could very well be something in here from long, long ago.
Oh, yes, that is true. These things are essentially prisons, from what I recall.
Well, no time like the present. And go to.
Verity, I'm not opening.
Not
I will,
Not
What?
I!
of course.
Nikoletta goes to try to help, and she's
Pat.
So theoretically, we probably all four have to help.
I
As we
mean,
did this, right? 5.
Yeah, this thing is pretty big.
He helped.
As I recall, Asgeir, I think, was a 3 dot in brawn. So what are the total, all of your bronze together? 2, 4.
2. 1. 2. Oh god. I was like,
Yeah,
We're
4
all
and
right.
3, so
we have 2 notice,
4,
2
6,
resolve,
8, 11 total.
2 strength.
Yeah.
We're all losers.
All right. Someone roll for me 11 dice and let me know, because this is a group effort. No bonuses based on wounds.
Take a hero point exploder.
No, because this is a group roll, so no hero points, no exploding dice.
Oh, we all have to do it.
Yeah, this is everyone. No one of you is strong enough to lift this bar.
And it's brawn and what?
It's just your cumulative bronze score.
Oh,
scores.
okay, dokie. No flare.
No flare. Just one person roll 11 dice and tell me how many raises you can build.
Oh.
We could have our lovely producer roll. That's something we could do. But do we trust Jeremiah?
That's a no from Mouse as she rolls the dice.
I was like, I had it in my hands, and then you're making a suggestion. Oh no, I didn't hear you. Okay, so the fun part is going 6 or 9. 6 or 9. Is that 6 or 9? We have 2
Right.
10s right off the bat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 useless dice.
All right. With 5, you all heave and push, and then slowly, agonizingly slowly, and each of you taking 1 minor wound. You're able to lift the bar up, and it crashes down. Actually, no. You lift the bar, and as it clears the holders, the catches, suddenly it lifts itself out of all of your hands, raises up, and clicks into space in the wall next to it.
Is there a type of mechanism that seems like it was like just like a pulley once it got a little bit?
Yes,
it just-
a fairly elaborate looking one of like, it looked like snakes slithering out of the wall, biting it, and then pulling it up into position once you all had lifted it.
Any way we can lock that in?
Not
So-
immediately that you see it is completely withdrawn into the wall.
Okay.
You could theoretically try to block it,
Yeah.
but this is old, massive. You don't know what you have.
That would.
Well, actually, there is one thing you have that might be able to hold it shut.
How
Ice
dare you.
Orb.
How dare you?
You have something made of draconizing.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you? All right.
You think the door is going to shut on us? That's what you're afraid of?
Yes, that's exactly what I think it's going to do. That's exactly
How
what
does
I'm
the
worried
door
about.
open? Is it this way or is it this way?
It opens in.
Opens in.
Are there any loose boulders or anything around us? Anyone?
Oh wait, no. It would open out because the bar is on your side. Yeah, it would open out.
Okay, cool.
I was like, that's weird.
Question still stands. Are there any loose boulders around us anywhere, or is it just smooth tunnel?
No, this is this tunnel of all of the labyrinths you've been in. This is probably the most immaculate. Like it has
Lovely.
had very little. This is an almost entirely intact. chamber.
Yeah. If there's no other, once we open the doors and there's no other immediate clear way of.
To be
I
clear,
will-
the doors are not open yet, and you do not know
Oh.
the state. Every star chamber you've been to this point has had 4 doors at the cardinal directions, but the doors aren't open yet, so you don't know what's inside. It's just unbarred. No.
Gotcha. Well, I'll make that call after we see what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
You could always leave Asgeir guarding the door.
That's a good thing. Yeah, Asgeir stays back and will yell at you all so you at least have a chance to get out quickly.
Cool.
Cool.
You
This
get
is
to
where
pay for your weapon.
this is where Asgeir gets jumped by the cannibals and then gets dragged into the darkness.
Giving him
I think he's run
ideas.
away, and he's literally standing there looking for movement.
So the doors open out towards you.
Mm-hmm.
There is a handle. It is tall. Where it is placed into the wall, Demetrius, you can reach it, but it's not like you opening a normal handle. It's like it's awkwardly high. Like you opening this door feels like a 5-year-old opening a normal door in a human house.
Oh, no problem. So sorry, was distracted. All right, I'm just gonna open.
All right.
Uh.
You reach to grab, and as you start pulling, you're having some difficulty. Verity, you feel a strange pulse of cold coming from the dagger.
Giggity.
She'd like reach in the direction, see if it got colder.
It reached like you're reaching towards the dagger, like what?
Well, like she would like move it,
Oh, moving the dagger around. Okay.
like if it gets closer to the chamber, if that's what's making it.
The closer you're getting the dagger to the door, the colder it's getting.
Like she wears gloves, but like how cold? Like unbearable.
You are feeling the cold through the gloves, but not painfully cold yet. You wouldn't be excited about touching it with your bare hand, but not painful through the gloves yet.
Ugh. So the dagger you gave me, I've been meaning to tell you guys that it has been doing stuff. Sometimes it reacts to things or gets hot like your ball, and it is very cold now.
Your weapon gets hot like my ball. Is that what you just said?
The bright ball, the hot ball you have.
The orb.
Again,
Thank you.
giggity.
See, this it's about delivering the line and not starting to laugh immediately.
Oh, I can't do that.
No, I did so good. I was so proud of me. I was like, all right, you said it. Now don't giggle.
I am an adult. I'm an adult.
Have you been watching this show? When? When?
When does the adulting start?
When? Who's the adult in the room?
So I don't know if maybe code means something. It's never done this specifically before.
Well, when it gets hot, was it getting hot near the undead?
Well, one time it kind of got hot briefly the moment I touched it the first time. And then other times it's reacted to the proximity of the undead. But it never got freezing cold.
What is the opposite of undeath?
Not dead?
Immortality.
DM, When that during the Marco fight, and I had the dagger and had to deal with that vampire diamond lady, did I feel anything unique from the dagger when I was using it?
Not that you recall.
Okay.
In the moment, there was no.
No. Okay. Interesting.
Verity would be like very normal as to be like, now that I've revealed this, I'm sure Nikoletta would like to look at it. And so she's like holding the dagger out closer to the door and then pulling it back, being like, do you want to touch it?
While we're all having that discussion, and Arnau says, "What's the opposite of undeath?" And it kind of dawns on Nikoletta, immortality. It's immortality, of course. The Fey King from the first star chart.
I think we've come to the same conclusion, Nikoletta, of what might be in there.
So how do we want to put it back?
I wasn't about with you. I've held on to it.
We need to.
The big heavy thing keeping this door shut.
We still have to go in the chamber.
We have to see what's in there. We may.
Oh, there's a fake king inside. Do we have to go in there?
I mean, we suspect there's a fake king. We don't know if there's a fake king.
How about I ask this question?
Let's just go inside.
Inside. You're so weak you can't do shit. If there's a fake king inside, what's the game plan?
We talk our way out of here.
They are not unreasonable. You've seen yourself how magical creatures can be quite reasonable and quite friendly. Perhaps if we offer some assistance of some sort, then we might be able to gain a valuable ally.
Verity's like, she spoke up about cannibals. Will she talk about the Fey King? No, you're so inconsistent.
The quick recollection, because this was from more than a year ago in gameplay, in real life terms now. The first information you got about these things, the process of bringing Fae into the world through these chambers almost always drove them mad.
Yeah. Well,
it's had a lot of time and a lot of time to go through therapy. It's fine.
We'll be fine.
Plenty of time for therapy in that chamber, all alone, locked inside, with nobody else around.
There's also 5 cannibals we can set it on if it feels bloodthirsty. There's things we can do. We have to get in that room. We don't have a choice. This is why we came here.
Technically,
none
we
of
came
the other
here.
ones were full of frozen dead kings. Okay.
No, so the first was just full of a 10-foot tall undead monster.
Yeah, but we knew what that was going to be like. It's just undead monster. But
I didn't know it was going to grow 6 feet taller than it was when it walks into the room. You knew that?
No, I'm saying it's just undead monster, but big. Like, how hard is it to understand what to do? This is not something we have any idea what to do about. Yes, let's go in blind. Oh no, we died immediately. Gee, I wish we had said something.
Do you know what? Do you want me to go upstairs and try to talk people into bringing us down a cannon? Would that be
No.
good for you?
I want Alistrina is what I want.
I don't think that your grandes would be big fans of. So you found a chamber that might have remnants of a fake court inside, and you want us to help you open it.
So it's just us.
Okay.
It seems like no matter what we do, we are alone in this. So, no time like the present.
Get in there, Asgeir. Open the door.
We want him to watch the door so we don't get locked.
You all have to help open the door.
Asgeir shrugs, grabs the handle, and starts to pull. And the door starts to pull open. And in the middle, laying in the middle of the floor, is a strange blob almost. Fleshy, but formless.
a blob?
A blob of flesh. A big blob of flesh.
How much visual clearance do we have? Can we see the other doors?
You can see the doors. They all also seem to be closed. And this is the first time you've walked into one of these, and all of the stars are illuminated. The stones are not just set into it, they are glowing.
Oh, this is bad.
We're not going to panic. We're not going to panic. It's going to be fine.
It's fine.
So you
Demetrius,
can
can
see
the form
us
of an arm.
feeling from right here. Now do your little thing, and then we need to leave.
The form of an arm comes out of the blob and slams into the ground. Nikoletta, give me your resolve and scholarship.
Oh no. Oh no, this is bad.
Take your 0 point.
Thank you.
I have 2 left.
Oh, that's not good.
3. You are madly dashing out your extensions to the map, trying to pick up where you can, but it's going to take you time. And while you are doing that, I will have a clock going in my head, at which point I will inform Nikoletta that she has finished with her sketches. And you're doing good. You're making good time because you don't have to sketch up the whole map. You just need to look for the differences between what you have and what this has. And you have patterns that you can build on. So it's not going to be a very long time, but it is going to be some time. And some of that time is spent as from that arm pushing up a whole torso of similar size to the Hexatitan starts pushing itself up, and it cracks its neck, and hair coming up from its head is almost like tendrils, gangrels, and like ganglia that is floating upward, even though it's in the air against gravity. And the eyes, like onyx, look out at each of you, and you hear one word: hungry.
Gonna pull out the journal that's soaked in blood, and I'm gonna throw it at the other end of the room. I'm gonna try to tempt this thing away.
So remember, these rooms are massive. You're trying to throw it over its head?
At least as far away as it can go, so that way it'll go after the journal that smells like blood.
Okay, so are you trying to throw it over its head or off to the side?
Off to the side. I'm trying to tempt it away from going towards us by smelling something soaked in blood.
Brawn and aim, good sir.
I was really hoping for a tempt roll. Okay. That's 4 dice.
I don't think this is something you can attempt.
You are not adding you are throwing the tempting things, but you are not yourself tempting it. You are throwing the tempting thing in a certain way, while being yourself also soaked in blood.
Well, I did change clothes.
And then you put the blood-soaked thing in them.
Okay. So considering I'm rolling 4 dice, this isn't bad. 2 raises.
2 raises. You toss it away, and it kind of looks over at it, and one arm elongates and reaches out and grabs it. And Verity, the voice back in your head. Your war form. This was why we developed it. It was for fighting Fae.
War form. Bear. Thank you. That was Verity, not Mouse. I appreciate the lack of confidence. Thank you.
So, Verity asks Warform, did you think that was a one-time trick?
Verity
Maybe.
said, "War form, oh bear." That is what Verity
Yeah.
said.
Okay. Did you believe that merely to be a one-time trick? No, that form is yours to use. And now is the perfect time.
She's just like, but... she'd get away
Saying that
from
they'll-
her companions,
Mhm.
and honestly, she'd be hauling ass at the beast if that's what's about to happen.
Mhm.
Because she can jump and is more nimble in this shape, and then she can become something very heavy. And gravity is
One.
everyone's best friend.
All right, 1 second while I find.
She's gonna go Hulk.
Okay. All right. So you spend a hero point to transform.
Mm-hmm. I have one left.
And you start to transform into the bear form. And you all recognize the bear form that you saw. But then the stars around you pulse. And in particular, a group of them glow, showing the sign of Ursa, the bear constellation in the sky. And Verity, you keep growing. There is now a dire bear in this chamber.
Demetrius is like, oh, she gets bigger. Great.
Can I get a hero point?
You can get a hero. Verity, you now receive.
Does it, man?
Religion,
Verity,
I'm
you-
telling you guys.
Verity, you now receive 4
That's why I was
bonus
upset.
dice to any roll you use involving brawn.
Cool. +1 for being already at 1 major.
Since when could Nikoletta? Did you know she could become a big bear?
She does, in fact, I think, have very traumatic memories.
All right. So we are in a combat situation while Nikoletta is furiously sketching out. And,
and
so
not
that's
paying
gonna be-
attention to the very big.
like Arnau's trying to point out the and Nikoletta, I will see it later.
Not right now.
Nicoletta's very desperately there in no bad
Mommy's
Boston face.
busy. Mommy's busy.
Combat approaches Demetrius, Arnau, and Verity.
Breaking out that Mastercraft pistol that Asgeir hooked me up with. Trying to
All right.
test ride that guy.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make you so go ahead and give me your finesse and aim. Arnau, what are you doing?
So I have an idea. So you know how I've got that Mastercraft thing in poison that I never use? So my thought is, Nikoletta has a bag full of herbs. I'm gonna try to have, because this is a big thing that we can't kill. I'm trying to, and it just screamed hungry. I'm gonna try to have her now make something that will smell very appetizing, but is very deadly. So we can try to eat that, and it'll get, I don't know, maybe sick or something, and we can run the fuck away.
Okay, I will say that in in the course of, as you are assuming Nikoletta doesn't knock your hands away as you reach into her bag, you can spend this round putting together a poison.
The second you go to reach for her bag, she does swat your hand away, but she instantly reaches in, grabs a pouch of something, and tosses it at you. It's Summer's Smile. It's a poultice of sweet-smelling herbs.
Okay. He's just like shaking things up, being like, "Keep going, keep fighting, distract it, Verity."
And what is Verity doing?
Verity is gonna try and give greater opportunity to the smaller amongst us.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna basically hurtling forward as she was. She's gonna try and basically like cannonball it with her whole body, because if she can get it down, it's at better level for Demetrius to attack.
All right.
I'll have to wait until next time to grapple.
I'm going to make this a brawn and weaponry because you have those claws and they count as weapons in your case. That is going to be plus your flair plus 4 from being in dire bear form.
And take a hero point.
Ooh, thank you.
Let's
Okay, so close back
throw
up.
all the dice at it.
2 plus flair. Okay. And then
One more.
Okay, that's a lot of dice. I don't want to get confused.
That's a ferret pool.
Ooh. That's 3 zeros. That's nice.
Demetrius, obviously, what were your raises on your shot?
6.
6. You are going to be able to fire twice this round. You're able to fire, reload, fire again.
Nice.
You were unsure what kind of damage you're doing to it. It's clearly hitting it. It's clearly hurting it.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing is reforming and shaping all around. You don't know if this is. You just don't know. It's not that you know that it's not. You just don't know.
Yeah.
7.
7. You all watch as Verity crashes into this thing. And Verity, as you are slashing, grabbing, and trying to bring it down so that the small ones are able to work, this feels right in a way that's hard to explain. Like, this is what this form was for. And you are using it correctly, and you are pleasing Matushka in its use as you are able to grab and slam and push it down. It is going to get a chance to strike back at you. But because you are in werebear form, go ahead and give me your resolve and athletics. This is not a brawn roll, so you don't get the werebear bonus. But you do get flair.
Yeah. Well, and I also have a death spiral. That could have been better. 6 or 9. 16. 3.
3. You are going to take another 4 minor wounds as this thing is slashing and cutting at you, but it's unable. It's trying to form one big limb with which it can like really hit you, and you are not permitting it to. So it's more just scratching. It hurts, but it's not getting through your thick hide.
I'm roaring. I'm hoping Demetrius gets what's being said.
You are muted, but
He's in trouble no matter what.
Bitch, hurry up. I don't know why Arnau's not helping, but come on.
all right, next round. Arnau, you are you have your little sack of poison
Okay. This should be enough to kill a rhinoceros. I don't know what that is, but it should be
And this
enough.
is around the moment, Arnau, that with your 2 notice, you hear from behind you, Carne. Carne.
Oh my god! He turns and he goes, "You
Can
smell
you
this sweet smelling
imagine
thing? Go! You smell this sweet smelling thing? It smells like meat! Here, have it!" And he sort of just slightly tosses it like it's so easy. Come grab it.
What happened to Asgeir?
No, you all are still at the door. Everyone except Verity is still at the door. So Asgeir's still there. He has
Okay, I was just like, I'm sorry. Does that mean?
Come have
Asgeir
this.
is one of them. No.
Ryan's
Come
gonna be
have
so mad. He's gonna be so mad.
Here,
Yeah,
Mr. Carne.
you couldn't make it. You couldn't make it to session because your kid needed you. You are now dead. Have a good day.
I hope it's okay.
Here, Mr. Carne.
I'm
here.
sure Ursa
Do you-
will be fine.
Do
We
you
got,
want this? Here you go. I'm gonna try to tempt him with the thing.
all right. Go ahead and make your panache attempt.
Da 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 da.
I
All right,
only have
Demetrius,
one
what's
left.
your approach on this fight? On this part of the fight? Nicoletta's still furiously sketching down the map. Demetrius, your approach?
Breaking out the sword,
Mhm.
running up, and I'm riding the bear.
Go ahead and give me your sure, why not? Finesse and ride.
Actually, not a bad pull for ammo.
There's about to be some friendly fire.
This was what you meant, right?
No.
Sorry. He read the situation wrong.
When the giant knocks you off.
Yeah.
Even
Oh dear. That is gonna happen.
Four.
with as many
Oh, wait,
rolls,
because I'm
with
hurt.
as many dice as I had, I still could only roll 4 raises. Thank God my 15's equal 2 right now.
That's nice. 2 5s. 4 8 10.
4. You manage to with it's a couple of leaps. It's like you jump on the calf and then up onto the side, and then you're able to get up, and from Verity's shoulders you're able to get in some good slashes with your sword, and so you are doing damage. Verity, there's now Demetrius on your back. What is Verity's approach in this fight with the Fae?
Verity is going to. Which side has it been able to get that damage it dealt me?
From your perspective, kind of its front. But
No,
again,
me. Which side of me is getting?
they're all over. It's like flailing at you, but you've got it pinned down. So it's
So I
minor
don't
cuts
have
on
it
both
pinned
sides.
down if its arms are free. So she's still gonna keep trying to pin it down.
So to be entirely clear, a gelatinous thing like this that can reform limbs as it likes.
So she can't
Pinning-
grab its limbs.
You've grabbed it. You have a grip on its form, but like you grab one limb and it stops being a limb and another one forms. Like it is a mutable creature.
I'm saying like
It-
she can't. She's not been like severing pieces aren't capable of being removed. Because like she went
So-
in clawing, so I'm like, so she can't actually hurt
it's
it.
a shapeshifter.
Yes,
you're
but
hurting
it-
it. You're
she-
doing damage to it.
Yes, but
but
those
it's-
things don't
It's a-
stay damaged. They return.
It's a blob. It keeps making more. As you knock them down, it makes more.
Well, I'm just like, there's making like it can never lose mass.
You are not noticing it losing mass. You are doing damage. You know you are hurting it. And it has been so far more or less ineffectual in hurting you back. You know, minor damage to this point, but you're not sure that you're killing it. You don't know that you're not. Similar when Demetrius shot the thing, but this is not a living creature in the way you understand it. But you do know from legend these things could be killed. So
she's just gonna try and keep it down because she can't really. Because if she can't do anything, then she's not gonna try. She'll just try and keep it contained.
I don't want to give you the impression that you're not doing anything. It's just that, like, you say, "Do I pin its limbs?" And I'm like, "Yes," until it grows new limbs.
Well, yes, I'm just saying, it's like if that's what happens, she's not gonna let it up.
Okay, so
if
are you doing this?
Like you've made it clear, it's like no other option will matter as much as keeping it in place. So that's all she's gonna do. It's going to be up to the tinies to do more damage because she's keeping it from leaving this room.
Okay, so that sounds like a brawn.
Which sounds like what Matushka would be yelling in her head is like, it cannot leave this room.
Matushka has not actually added all that much to you. Like, she gave you the push, but is not like harping away in your ear. So if you're just trying to hold it, like if you're repeatedly slapping it down with your claws, it'll be a brawn and weaponry again. If you're just trying to hold it in place, it'll be a brawn and brawl.
Sorry, I can't hear. What?
Okay. If you are trying to just pin it down as well as you can in place.
Just the last part.
That would be brawn and brawl.
Brawl. So
if you were using your claws and slashing at it, that is weaponry.
Well, we're going to slash at it since I don't have any brawl.
Okay. So brawn and weaponry.
What is biting?
With your teeth, yeah, that would also be weaponry.
Just a curious question about what biting is as a roll.
Biting would also be weaponry. Your teeth would count.
Take a hero point.
Oh, okay. Don't be excited about it.
I'm
You were like, take it.
Take a hero point. You are holding down the thing that's going to be very problematic. Take the hero point.
You're doodling, which is the reason we're there. You're more important right now.
I promise you, you're equally as important right now because if that thing gets up, none of us are going to have a good time.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
I expect to be told what this tastes like.
It tastes like shapeshifter.
For my death spiral. One more.
Has a vaguely effervescent tinge.
Four.
On 4 raises, you get in as you bite to like shove this thing down, and weirdly, the first mouthful of it as you are crushing it down, just wincing because this thing does not look like it will taste good. The first taste impression you get is like freshly baked cupcakes. And you hear in the back of your head, so that's how it did it. It's manipulating the creatures. That's what they taste when they taste human flesh. You are safe as the bear. Bears are not bothered by taste. Verity has nothing to add to this. So
Her mouth is full.
which matters so much with the communication of a voice in your head. Yeah. All right.
She has never not responded to her without it being out loud. Hence why everybody thinks she's going crazy.
Fair enough. Arnau, you toss the sack, and two of the creatures go straight to it and start ripping into the sack, and are just like almost fighting each other off for it. The other two are still approaching. And Demetrius has done his damage. As for them, as they are running forward, let's just see. They ignore Nikoletta.
Oh, okay, good.
They ignore Asgeir. They're coming straight for Arnau.
Oh, really? Oh no!
The two that are still up. So Arnau, you have. I'm going to give you an extra die, no, an extra 3 die in whatever your next. So if you have a combat action in this next action, I'm giving you 3 die, which is Asgeir giving you a hero point. Basically, it's his assistance. But you're going to be the one who's picking your approach. Demetrius and Verity, you both are still locked in fight with this thing. Demetrius, you're starting to note that the sheer, like the almost Vanta black of this creature, there's starting to be weird lights, oddly rainbow tinged bits of glowing appearing in different parts of it. What that means exactly, you don't know, but it is a change.
Yeah, I'll take out my nice sword and I'll start hacking away at it.
Okay. Go ahead. That will be your. You doing this slickly, or you just going for big stabs?
Oh, it's Demetrius Penn. There's always a style to it. Finesse is always the way we go.
Finesse and weaponry. Verity, you switching things up at all?
Is he still on my back? Yeah.
If you are staying on her, it will be a ride roll. If you're jumping down the fight, that's going to be.
Yeah, okay. It was cool while it lasted. Fine. Jump off.
He's jumping from his great height.
Yeah.
All right. So he is no longer on you.
What did he jumped onto the creature?
No, more like sliding down, cutting down it.
Down
Mhm.
from whatever, I guess, from however she's got it down.
Whatever angle we were at.
Cool. So he's not like going to be on it when he's.
You
done?
should be, unless you roll spectacularly badly, which I doubt you will do. You don't need to worry about hitting him. Don't worry about.
I'm not. She's
Okay.
going to try and throw it.
Okay.
She's going to throw it in the opposite direction of the open door so that it is as far away from the exit as possible.
Okay, that will be a brawn and brawl.
That's fine.
Okay. And Arnau, what's your approach?
So the two are charging at Arnau, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arnau drawing his dad's rapier that I picked up last session, as we mentioned before.
Mhm.
And one of his axes. What he's going to try to do is he's going to try to isolate them both and use their momentum against each other, so that he can impale it, and then as it's moving down the blade, decapitate one of its heads, and try to use the axe and the blade together to try to move try to keep them moving as quickly as he can, trying to basically keep them at bay, but trying to make certain that if they do get close to him, boom, dead, gone. Like, not giving them a chance to actually get in close.
All right, finesse and weaponry.
Finesse and weaponry. He's learning from Aldana, the school of Aldana, to try to do this.
2 from Verity. 6 from Demetrius.
Yeah, Demetrius is fine.
Finesse and weaponry. That's my stuff.
Okay. 10 plus 3. I'm retiring all the ones that have been rolling ones all day. Oh, by the by, no, this wouldn't help. That's stupid. I'm stupid.
You are not stupid.
No.
I was gonna ask if my foreign-born Vestin, because this is a combat thing, would get me any additional dice, but I don't think it will. That's like social stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2. Well, it's a really good roll. 3.
5. All right. You are able to, as they are coming at you, you're able to avoid their charge using your thing. They are not able to lay a hit on you, and you manage to hurl one of them over you. They fly over you, losing their balance and stumble into the chamber itself. At which point, one of the basically a appendage of some sort forms from the fey creature, flies out, catches the cannibal by the face, and yanks it all the way back into its mass. And you watch the mass grow a little bit.
Oh, joy.
Demetrius, as you jump out and you stab in with your Dracheneisen blade, you hear this thing scream. It has given sounds and indications of pain before, but this is hurting it badly. And as you cut down on it, you see as this fissure in its form opens. This is the first time a cut has lasted instead of just being sort of subsumed and closed in. And you see that kind of glowing, bright rainbow light coming out of it. And Verity, your bear form sinks its claws into this thing, arms up, and just chucks it across. You are going to take another 4 minor wounds, as it is like Palpatine, hitting Vader before getting chucked down the pit. But you're taking another 4 minor wounds, but you manage to throw it across, and it crashes into the far door. And it is at this moment, Nikoletta, that you finish your sketch.
Oh, this is really quite fascinating.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
All right. Approaches the Fae has been chucked against the far door by the dire bear. There is one remaining cannibal still locked in combat with Arnau. Approaches.
Running back, and as I'm seems as though I rolled well with the last time I used my pistol, he said I reloaded. Running back, and I'm shooting the cannibal near Arnau.
Okay.
Like, time to leave.
Was that? Yeah, that was in a different fight. So yeah, go ahead and give me your finesse athletics. If you can get up to 4 raises, I'll give you your shot along with getting out. Verity.
Verity is kind of like, because we have to close the door behind us. So she
Probably need a bear for that.
Yeah, she's turning tail because she knows she can close the door faster. Hopefully, a giant bear coming at them makes them get out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. So that is also going to be your brawn in athletics. Arnau?
The 2 who are currently eating the poison, are they like dead, or are they like just looking a little woozy?
They're not looking anything yet. They're still consuming the contents.
Good.
The blob eat them.
That's the idea. So the idea is that
But then
because
the
they're
dog might
consuming,
get faster or bigger. Just letting you know.
or he might eat the things that currently have been ingesting poison and get poisoned himself.
Takes time.
So what Arnau's doing is he's gonna do like a back handspring, take the thing, like try to catch with a sword and fling it in the room to try to draw them in the room. So that way they see the thing they're eating, it gets flicked away, and they just see it go in the room and they chase after it.
Okay. Finesse and
Tam?
no. You are throwing a tempting thing. You are not yourself tempting them again.
I feel like this is a weaponry because I'm using the rapier to try to do it.
True. Okay, I'll give you finesse and weaponry for this. I was about to say aim, but it's a really big door, so we'll go ahead and give you the weapon.
It's a
Nikoletta.
really big door.
Nikoletta will take out her pistol and aim it at the kneecaps of the cannibal currently trying to chase Arnau. Just to slow it down. That's all she can really hope for at this point in time.
All right, finesse and aim. Demetrius, how many raises did you get?
Oh, yeah. I got 1, 2. Wait, hold on. I think I got 3 raises.
3 raises. So you are not going to be able to shoot this turn, but you will be able to get out of the chamber.
All righty.
Is that 2 or 3 there, Chandler?
3.
3. Okay. With 3 raises, you are able to get a hold of the thing. You are going to take 3 minor wounds as they are slashing at you, trying to stop you doing this. But you're able to do the thing, and they will chase after it. Because they're hungry. 2 from Nikoletta. You were able to pull off the shot. One of them takes a dramatic wound and is kind of knocked away from pursuing Chandler farther and is moving into the chamber as well. And Verity.
4.
4. You are fairly easily able to get out. So what happens, all of this together, Verity, as you are charging towards the door, you see a weird little bag get thrown through, and then 2 cannibals chase after it. And then they also get grabbed by these weird tendrils and start being dragged across the floor. You get clear. You are now through the doorway, and you, in your giant bear form, spin around, grab the doors, and slam them shut. All right. There is still 1 cannibal on this side of the doors. And right now the doors are shut, but not yet locked. They are not barred. So Arnau's going to fight the things. Go ahead, give me another finesse and weaponry. Demetrius is shooting the thing. Give me your finesse and aim.
Specifically, if you've ever seen Muppets Treasure Island, it's like
I hate that I know immediately what you're talking about. Uh-oh. No sooner said than booted. Did our producer do that?
Oh, that's not good.
Nope. Well, hopefully we get him back quick. Oh, there we go.
I don't know what I hit, but something in my computer just said, "Nope, you're gone."
I didn't know if our producer was really offended at references to Muppet Treasure Island. And Nikoletta, what's your approach? What you doing?
Short stack is desperately trying to get to the locking mechanism, just jumping.
All right.
I-
Go ahead and wits and scholarship as you are trying to figure this thing out.
That's okay. So I just had the best tens exploding moment. So I rolled 2 10s. They exploded into 2 more 10s, and then that one of those exploded into a 1, and then the other one exploded into a 6.
Oh, right. And
So-
Verity, your approach. What are you doing right now?
Oh, she's lifting the thing effortlessly. Maybe Asgeir's helping. On into the lock place.
No,
Like,
so the bar was retracted into the wall,
so
by
we
a
lifted it a
mechanism.
tiny bit, and then it just opened itself,
and then it got pulled the rest of the way up.
and
so
nothing
right
happened
now-
when the door went fully shut all the way again.
Yeah, when the door went fully shut, it did not automatically relock.
Well, she's just holding the door shut right
Okay.
now.
Go ahead and give me your brawn and athletics. Take your
TOT
4
moment if you want.
Yeah.
Traumatizing.
All right. So yeah, brawn and athletics. You do get your bear bonus there. 8.
8 raises. Those 10s exploding got me 4 by default.
Okay.
So
You move in, and so the last cannibal is just down. You all are just eviscerating it, no problem, with Demetrius shooting it for extra thing. Waiting on Verity's roll because that is quite important.
Sorry, that's a lot of zeros.
Hey.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, no way to make it do that. 7.
Okay. Yeah, Verity,
I did
you
have a dice left over.
you push your massive paws up against the door, and you feel as the Fae hits it from the other side. But the door does not move. You are able to hold it staunchly in place. It is hurling itself at this door.
Because I'm a
But-
fucking bear.
The dire bear has the situation handled. Nikoletta, on a 3, you are looking around.
I forgot that with the with Drew Battle, it was my 10s explode, so 4.
With the 4, you are looking around and you see what you think is a mechanism, but it wants a tool of some sort, a key to engage it. And as you are looking for any hint as to what that might be, you recognize that the filigree on that particular section of the door is very similar to the filigree that Asgeir put into the dagger that Verity used.
The dagger that is now part of my bear form.
You are able to you're still able to interact with your inventory. So you could, if told, hey, we need the dagger, you would be able to allow the dagger to be there.
Verity, where's the giggity dagger?
And it just poops out of her.
She briefly holds out one of her rear paws, lives up, and one of the nails.
One of my
seems
claws
to
just turns
fall out.
into a dagger.
And then there's the dagger there on the floor.
Swiss Army bear.
Shapeshifters, man.
She'll run over and grab the dagger as fast as she can and try to fit it into the slot.
It isn't a slot, so to say, but there is a place where you are able to draw it across, and you see the glow of the dagger spread into the door, and it creates a
Serpentine.
design on the door. And as that design pulses, Verity, you feel your form start to reduce. You are now no longer a dire bear. You are just a bear.
Never
then-
just a bear.
But at the same time, you are a Matushka bear. but at the same time, there's no fight at the door. And you watch as the bar is lowered and then clunks back into space. And the chamber is now sealed. And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you to Dragon of the Dark Rose for producing us. Thank you again to all of my players. And until next time, remember to keep playing more games.